Yeah, it was kind of a gimme today. How are you doing, Energy Surge? Hello. Spilt shit all over my desk. How fun. Oh well, happens. Is today treating you well? Joining us for some Monster Hunter tonight. Puts you at 7. 7 cookies. That's a lot of cookies. I don't know if I got enough cookies. Don't know if I have enough flour, sugar. Actually, I just used up all my flour the other day. I made biscuits. But hello, Hori Star. I saw the posts in the Discord. Impressive stuff. I have yet to solo any of the EXs, nor do I have any desire to do so. But is the song name Archimedes? It is. Hello, Hori Star. How are you doing? You didn't solo any EXs either? They're scary. I don't want to deal with EX monsters, let alone solo them. It sounds terrifying. All right. How am I doing? I'm doing all right. I had work today. It was pretty chill. We got out early because, you know, we're just that good. And yeah, overall, pretty good day. I woke up a little bit later than I would have normally have hoped to, but, you know, 'tis the way of the world. Oh, you didn't solo any of the EXs? You beat them with the group. Gotcha. Also found out I don't have school tomorrow, so that's neat. Very cool. It's 2 a.m. I know. It's super late over in, let's see, 2 a.m. Frenchland? Is that correct? France. All right, yeah, so I think you got it. Hello, Nia, how are you? We don't actually call it Frenchland. We actually do call it France. Is this game too loud? No, I think the volume's... I might turn it down just a little bit. It's a little loud there. 2 a.m. GMT, aka 1 CET. Central Eastern Time? No, Central Europe Time. Frenchlander. It's all right. I'm regrettably an American. And I do not. I don't necessarily. It's not a fact I am proud of. Hello, Horstar. Would you like to post first? What do you mean, regrettably? I mean, America kind of blows in many, many ways. It's a capitalist hellhole where the things are going downhill so fast that I'm predicting civil war in probably the next 10 years. But, you know, within the next 10 years, probably. 5833. Dang, that was a fast lobby. Filled up fast. Very fast. But yeah, go ahead and post first. Do the French actually exist? Yes, they do. You're from the 0 time zone. Yes, you are, actually. You are from the time zone that originated time itself. No, not actually. I think during, like, when time zones, like, national time zones became a thing was when England was colonizing a lot of the world. That, you know, the phrase, oui, on existe, you know, I can't pronounce that. Existe? Yesterday. Fuck England. Yeah. A lot of people have not great opinions of the English. All our time zones are based on yours. Yours is based on England's as well. Okay, just gotta grab some stuff. Stream might be lagging. Maybe. I think it'll get better. We just started streaming, so it'll hopefully pick up. But you must surely know at this point that my internet connection, not great. Bolt Reaver. Oh, that's right. There was something I was going to attempt today. Something wonderful and special and near and dear to my heart. I was gonna try and cut off a tail. This one. What? No fucking way. Fuck you. Nobody's even home. We're gonna pray that that was a one-time thingy. One. All right, if that happens several times, ironically hate them. Oh, fuck. Fuck, I hate this shit. Get me out. You there, fucking work. Okay, stream is back. Okay. Here's what's gonna happen, right? If this happens like 2 more times, I'm gonna call it. Cause when my internet's doing this, it sucks. Hopefully this is like a 1-time, 2-time thing, and it will recover, and we'll have a wonderful stream. Oh, I did not grab the right special. I was too caught up in the nonsense that is my internet. Fucking hate my internet. Can die. And by die, I mean please don't die. I want you to do literally anything but die. Time to use one of the best raw greatswords in the game. Elder Frost? Of course, Walter's better, but Breton is still okay. Not biased at all. Sounds a little biased. Is that a mount? Might be. Yeah, it is. Nice. Okay, actual question. How is everyone doing today? I did not mean to do that. Ooh, yeah, we're just gonna let him scream here. Let people recover. There we go. There we go. Give me that supernova. Solid. Good stuff. Ooh, we got a whole bunch of aerial users here today. Have I read the stuff about Absolute Saga? I posted my IRL stuff. Today's been kind of crazy, so I have not. But hopefully I will after stream? After stream. Nice. Good tail cut. You know, you realize that, like, I worked. Like, I woke up and I, like, left my house for... I was awake for an hour this morning. And then I've just been at work, like, all day. And then I immediately got home and prepped stream. That is what's been going on in my life. Woo! That was spooky. Wow. Can't believe I missed. Oh yes, I did read about like the 30 like kilometer walk that you went on the other day. I did read about that. God, this monster is spooky. Wait, is that a mount? Is that my mount? Might have been. Who knows? That looks pretty good to me. He's just got to hang out right there for a minute. Oh, slightly off. I'm grounded, but I still walked to that girl's house last night. I see. Oh, well, you know, be careful. Oh, it's dead. I thought it was sleeping. I was like, there's no way we killed it that fast. But no, we actually killed it that fast. Wild. Good shit. You went in, they gave me a drink. That's nice. I'm not sure how I feel about this. So when I, on my way home, since I got out early, I was actually able to run by the grocery store real quick. And I was like, you know what? I don't have alcohol at my house. And it would be nice to have a little bit of alcohol every once in a while. So I went and bought some cider. And I don't know how I feel about this cider. It's a strawberry cider. And it's all right. It's like, what do they call it? Yeah, strawberry blueberry cider. There we go. It's all right. Cider is good generally. I mean, it's like not terrible, but it's also like pretty lackluster, you know? Normally I consider need to try it. It's I wish you luck. It's local from my area, but cider is mank. I have no idea clue what mank means in the slightest. This is a new word to me. New word unlocked. Is it a good thing? Doing all right. The burn on your left arm is still healing. I hope that heals soon. Mink means disgusting. Ah, I see. Well, to each their own. You know what? That just means more cider for me. If Nia finds cider to be mink, that means I am allowed to have more cider. You drink beer and spirits. I do like beer. Don't get me wrong. Like there are other alcohols I like outside of cider. Cider's one of my favorites. That's all. Ah. Oh, that's quite bad. I was like, what do I do about this? This could be a death sentence. Old man with drinks. I mean, again, like in general, like. I find alcohol to be an acquired, like not necessarily an acquired taste, because like most people I know, at least my age, drink alcohol of some sort, but like nobody drinks it for the flavor, or at least nobody in the U.S. would really, I would say, drinks it for the flavor. Nobody's like, ooh, outside of like, you know, cocktails. But, you know, I don't know where I was going with the sentence. It went on a little bit too long and nothing came out of it. So that's just where we are now. You drink for the feeling of it going down. Understandable. I mean, that's part of the reason why I like if I'm going to drink liquor, that's why I like liquor. More of a juice fan yourself? I do like juice. Juice is quite good. Oh, I messed up. Let me don't put me over there. I don't wanna get magnetized and die. No, you hit me. Yeah. This monster's a nightmare with aerial. But how are you doing, Swayze Snake? I hope you're having a good night. But yeah, no, juice is always ideal. There was like there was this grocery store I used to go and buy stuff at, back where I used to live, and they had a juicer. One of my favorite things to get was their lemon. It was you eat lemon, orange, and ginger, and they would juice all of that. It was so good. What's my favorite juice? Important question for everyone. Orange juice or pineapple. Pineapple juice is really good. I like pineapple juice a lot, actually. Dang, that's a hell of a amount. Uh-oh. Ooh, I'm glad I did not shoot my shot there. Oh my god. See, this is the kind of nonsense I'm talking about. Oh my god, I almost rolled into that. Ooh, that would have been so bad. Ginger juice. Wish you had that choice. Ginger is just great. I mean, you can easily, like, grate ginger into something. Like, okay. I make my own, like, ginger tea by just taking ginger root and then grinding it up and boiling it. But you can take that and add it to anything. Just like ginger and water, and you could add that to orange juice or anything like that, and it will make it nice and gingery. It's so good. If ginger is up your alley, it's worth it. But definitely, like, I would say out of generic juices, orange or pineapple juice are my favorite. Daffodils growing in your garden. I love how Nia asks about important questions but refuses to answer themselves. Ooh. Had a nice like little save there. Yes, you. We're bringing our lines between teas and juice. I mean, I like green tea personally. It's my favorite kind of tea. But juice is different. Juice does not equal tea. And vice versa. Run, 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 run. Special. Come on, don't move. Don't move. Don't do it. No! Okay, thank God. It toppled and I still got it. Favorite is a hand-squeezed grape juice. You squeeze it yourself. I don't think I've ever hand-squeezed grape yeah, grape juice. I like wine. Wine's pretty good. Grape juice is like pretty good, although almost every time I drink it, it's always, it like literally makes me feel more thirsty, you know? There are sometimes like certain drinks that like I really like and, you know, they feel like nice and thirst quenching. Grapefruit, or not grapefruit, grape juice is not one of those. I also, okay, I do really like grapefruit juice. Like unsweetened grapefruit juice, so tasty. For some reason, grape juice is more expensive than apple juice in the aisles. Yeah, I don't know. It depends on like what brand of grape and apple juice, but I would agree. Mostly because grapes I don't think are native to the area I live in. Apples are pretty common here. I think a lot of it also depends on like time of day. Like grapefruit juice, I can drink any time of the day. Pineapple juice is like a nice afternoon. Orange juice is always good in the morning. Strawberry juice, I don't think I've ever had strawberry juice. I've had watermelon juice. That one's interesting because it's like very, very tame. It's not my favorite. Safety rock didn't break, fortunately. Oh yeah, safety rock is fantastic. Everyone loves the safety rock. I even have a shout out for when the rock breaks in any room because I use it so well. I'm an apple juice guy. That stuff rocks. Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Apple juice. Yeah, no, you're not wrong. Apple juice rocks. But apple juice does not go on the rocks. That is something to also be known. Ooh, electro gem. Very good. Very good. All right. It looks like my internet fixed itself. Thank God. Watch me have jinxed it. Hug the dog. Does the dog deserve a hug? Do you deserve a hug? I don't know if you do today. I feel like maybe the dog doesn't deserve a hug. How, does the dog actually deserve the hug? Noise. My cousins used to say noise. He does. Hug the dog. Hug the dig. Hug the doog. Melding. Funny. Do believe it's Alex's turn. You rocking the Lunastra armor? The Lunestra? Lunastra. Is that a monster in this game? I don't know if it is. What do you mean you're rocking the Lunastra armor? Or am I mixing that up with the something else? Because isn't that the wolf thing from Rise? No. Oh, okay. But you can unlock your armor. It's a gift set. Gotcha. Maybe Joseph doesn't speak English. It is Alex's turn to post, by the way. I don't know why. What's going on here? I'm confused. Oh, are we fighting Nessa again? Are we still going for gems? Is that what's going on here? Say it in Spanish. He might be Jose. I mean, no, that definitely says Joseph. How would I say that in Spanish? It would be, I don't think I have enough. It is, so it would be, lo siento, no, lo es, Alex's, so it'd be possessive, me. No, te, el, lo, his. Yikes. Okay, I'm trying to remember. Are you dyslexic? That doesn't say Joseph. Oh, I guess you're right. You're right. I might be dyslexic. I honestly, I mix up 6s, 9s, 7s, all the numbers. I screw up every number. It is actually quite bad. I am constantly flipping and switching and, you know, moving things around that should not be moved around. It is not fun. No, that does say Jose HB01, but I mean, you've learned to control it. I haven't. The very last high rank quest. Incredible. Only have ADHD. I am completely undiagnosed. I will throw that out there. If I have anything, it has not been spoken to me. I do not know about it. I'm just dumb. Me? I'm just stupid. Schizophrenia, but it's chill because I can't control it. I can't. Jesus. Am I gonna get hit here? Nope, because I'm just that good. I am that guy. Speaking of being that guy, so there's a streamer by the name of Apology Man. He's known for Guilty Gear and plays Faust. And he made a whole tier list about like whether or not people are that guy, which is basically say how well can they like actually use the items that Faust throws out. And I think that's really funny. Who is that guy? and he does it with players, not with characters, but with players. A whole tier list full of like the players. It's like, oh yeah, that guy, not that guy. Ah. Come on. All right, so the goal of today's stream is actually to see if we can actually cut off a tail with Void Piercer. It must be done. I haven't really talked about this yet, but okay, I've talked about it plenty in previous streams, but I haven't talked about it in this one, which is I don't think Void Piercer is a good special. In fact, I think it's quite bad. And in order to prove that to you, I'm going to continually hit tails with it until I break something. Starting with this guy. Yep, no tail break. So that is the goal today. Breaking tails, swinging hard, missing hard. And why am I running this set in particular? Because it is easily one of the strongest special building sets I own. It builds specials so incredibly fast for level 3 insane stuff. Now, it might be worth like running Void Piercer level 1 at some point. Just so that way we can go, like have it go off more and more often. But we'll see. Is that enough to build it? No, it is not. Come on. This is mine. Go! Void Piercer! I got it! It's mine! It only took a high rank monster. And then it only took a high rank monster and nobody else targeting the tail for me to get it. Spoke it into existence. Oh, thank God, it finally happened. It's only that bad. There we go. Me trying to figure out what's going on with my weapon. It's like, why am I not aiming properly? Solid. So here's the question. Is it good? The answer is no, because it took me several years to get this tail cut. Like, actually several years. I've been playing this game since, I don't know, 2015. And I have not gotten a tail cut with this weapon, ever. At least not, I've done it with slicing bullets. I have not done it with Void Piercer. Void Piercer, impossible. And this is high rank. That's how bad it is. It's so bad. Like literally any other, like, it's not gonna cut anything in G rank. Useless. Absolutely useless. So here's the question. Do we keep running it? Do I continue proving that it can be that it is not nearly as good as the description may describe? If I want, I don't know. I feel like I've proven my point. Ooh, an ice orb. You got a plate. Sick. We were always a fan of plates here. All right. Yo, Drake, how's it going? Welcome. I hope you're doing well tonight. We are currently just doing some Monster Hunter stuff, you know, the usual. Open turn lobbies, but with a little bit of a spin, for I am drinking a little bit tonight. So I'm a little tipsy. He posted Ukrainolos last time, or Eukalos. Ukrainolos? So we're gonna pick a set that we can pick into that. Hello, Lane. So many people here. How are you doing tonight? Drake, Snake, Lane, all the people. How is Lane doing? How is Drake doing? How is everyone doing? I want to know. Me, I'm doing great. I am one cider in. Well, okay, I say one cider. I am almost one cider in. I am now one cider in. Had a decent day. I'm glad to hear that. Also, okay, so last night I was playing Hades with a couple of friends of mine in Discord. Like, we were just kind of streaming it for each other and like playing around, and that was like the run that I won. And it was like they were just like, "Man, you should have been streaming it." It was so sad. Like, I just wanted to I was like, why am I not streaming this tonight? And this run is so busted. I had like this ability with my cast that stunned monsters, and then I was running the gun, and the gun just like did 10 billion damage on the special. It was insane. So I would just stun lock everything in the game, and then I had an auto heal with like an invincibility call. It was so incredibly insane. And not okay. You walked 30 kilometers and got home at 10 a.m. with my parents were none pleased. Yeah, I mean, I used to like go out for like 4 a.m., 5 a.m. walks with friends. My parents were definitely uncaring in that regard, but I couldn't tell you. Oh, you know, okay, I did eat a hot drink. I was like, night walks really are the best. I love me a good night walk. And honestly, I miss them. Like, going on a night walk with friends, nothing more fun. Lane and I, we went on a couple of night walks back in the day, didn't we? If you're walking for 12 hours, you fucking need it, if you ask me. I would agree. Ooh, that was a lot of damage. Oh, I did not bring the right set. This set is supposed to have herbs on it, making 2 of my abilities completely and totally useless. You still do it a few times a month? I need to go with friends for me to feel comfortable doing something like that, but yeah, I do miss my night walks with friends. Hammer. Indeed. Can't do it for as long, but I used to go like 3, 4, 5 hours at a time. I mean, yeah, that's the way to do it, right? All right, next knockdown we get, when I get close to the face, we are going for a nice heavy mount. Ooh. Babo's the only thing keeping me inside the house right now. Probably a good thing in case you got caught out. No, my special! It's useless. No, actually, spinning meteor is a great special. Hug the dog. We can manage that, I think. Maybe we even get a mid-mount hug the dog. Ow. Can you not? Eukalos. Parents being weird, what the hell? Lane gets it. Everyone's relationship with their folks are different. Again, like my parents were perfectly fine for me to be like out on long walks the age of like 16 to 18, and then definitely from 18 to like 22. How is it useless compared to you? Oh, Void Piercer. Oh, it's not. Void Piercer is actually garbage. Like, canonical garbage. In fact, in the description, it shouldn't say anything about cutting tails or, you know, splicing the air to create a void and impact or whatever. No, it just should just say a special with no range, and if you're lucky, might cut the tail if you have somebody else with a Blade Master who's been targeting it the whole time. Because think about it, by the time you get Void Piercer level 3, you're in G rank. You know, it's not like it's actually doing a whole lot at that point. Oh, swing and a miss. Oh, I might die here, actually. I'm, like, looking at my health bar now, and it's like, you know, that's not full. See, that might have killed me. My parents don't care, but usually I think it's, like, about the door not being locked. It's the real kicker. Okay, that makes a little bit of sense. But, yeah, no. The uselessness of Void Piercer is astronomical. Any bow gunner worth their salt who's using Void Piercer is memeing. Or trying to prove a point. Or both. I am in the both category. Can we get another mount, please? That'd be wonderful. I really want to KO this thing. Although I don't know if I'm going to. Hammers are great at KOing, but we live in a small town that no crime happens in, so I don't know who's going to break in. I think it's more so the principle of it than anything else, you know? Like, it's just a good habit to have. I don't think it's worth getting grounded over. You know, if I were to compare it to, like, a regular law, like, a cop would give you a warning for something like that. But in no world do you actually get, like, imprisoned or ticketed. Maybe ticketed if they're, like, really being an asshole about it, which maybe that's the case. What does the punishment even do? That's true. Sometimes it's an empty threat. What about cutting the tail with hunting horn? Impossible. Dang. I thought for sure that tail cut was going to lead his head straight to me. And I was off by like maybe 3 character models. But in a small town, it means everyone also knows the likely subject. Yeah, I mean, again, I think it's just a good habit to have, more so than it is about a big deal of it, like, actually have happened, you know? Like, my parents were the kind of people who did not... Like, our car was garbage growing up, and I ended up driving it later. And so as a habit, like, I never developed the habit of locking my car. That was just not something I did. And then, yeah, I, like, lost a switch because my car was... I got car robbed, or, you know, robbed out of my car. I used to talk about that a lot more on stream. I don't anymore. But, like, you know, and it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, there's a part of me that, like, legitimately wishes that that was something that was a little bit more ingrained in me, was locking my vehicle. But, you know, oh well. Like, it happened and I learned my lesson, but I had to learn the hard way, you know? Please stop. I would like to keep my stamina around, please. No one is stupid enough to break in or has the will to. I don't think it's about, like, it's the principle of it. Like, no, yeah, probably nobody is going to in this area that you live in. However, there is a chance that, like, if you ever moved away from said area, somebody might do it. And it's a good habit to have. Like, I know I live in a neighborhood where people would break into my house. I lock the doors usually, but I left them unlocked because I thought I'd be home earlier. Again, but like, it's one of those situations where it's even if you're only gone for like 15 minutes, good habit to lock the door. But again, I don't think that the punishment meets the punishment meets the standards of the crime, if that makes sense. Quote unquote crime. Put that in heavy quotation marks. Ooh, that was spooky. That's all right. Gives me a head attack. 2, 3. Dang, that did obscene amounts of damage. No, I agree. I don't think you should have been punished. I think it should have been like just a like, hey, make sure you lock the door next time. But at least I get exercise and fresh air. Oh, for sure. Again, I generally, I believe that, like, I was probably the last generation who, like, left my house and hung out with people. Although I say that, like, the other day I was biking, right? I did, like, the weather was nice. It was, like, a nice, crisp 53 degrees outside. Beautiful weather, right? And one of the things that I ended up getting to do was I took a 3-hour-long bike ride. Wonderful time. I loved every second of it. However, I say however, what ended up happening is, like, I stopped at a park and I, like, bumped into, like, I saw a bunch of kids, like, playing in the woods, like, you know, with sticks, you know, doing things like, you know, I don't know what they were doing, but they were in the woods playing around with sticks. And I was like, holy shit, that's my childhood. And they're living it at, like, the age of 14. And that's sick. I'm so excited for them. And I'm glad that people are still kind of, like, doing that kind of stuff. Why am I getting kicked? And why did you kick me so far? You didn't go on a walk. Or you didn't go in the woods on your walk. I mean, like this is just a different anecdote from, you know, parents, like, you know, talking about not letting you in or out of the house or whatever. The Gypsy Jungle. That's a pretty great name. That is a good name for woods. Youch. Okay, we are getting dangerously close to death. Death approaches. Really wish I had the correct item set here. Some herbs would do me quite well. Is that a death? No, Alex is still alive. He's just got to get out of there. Alex, I need you to peace the fuck out. In fact, I'm gonna do it for you. Stay alive, my good sir. We don't go into those woods. No, when I was a kid growing up, we had a forest in our backyard, and we would play in it all the time. Man, I looked away for like 2 seconds. Hopefully there aren't real gypsies around. You do? That was rough. Well, they got a redo. We'll see if they stick around for it, but they do get a redo. Either way, it's easy to me to kill me. I'm a cockroach or to the monster. Wrong keyboard. Might want to reread your message. Either way, it's easy to kill me, or I'm a cockroach to the monster. Did I misread that? Oh, I mean, are we referring to the monster in game? Baba, please. There are hundreds of them in Gypsy Woods. It was like guerrilla warfare the last time I went in. I misread it twice. Are you kidding me? Either it's easy to kill me, or I'm a cockroach the monster. Gotta use the bathroom. No worries. Am I still fucking it up? Live in Wales. I literally, I don't think I have the cognitive ability to read it any more clearer than that at this point. Third time was the charm. Sick. First language is Welsh, so I'm shit at English. I mean, you gotta be doing better than me. My first language is English, and I'm still shit at it, so... Which is, okay, so the other day I was at work, right? And me and my coworkers were talking, we were talking about language, and I spoke the most Spanish I have in a very long time with them the other day. And it was fun. Like, I genuinely miss speaking foreign languages, and it makes me like really want to restudy and go back to school and like actually properly try and learn some of this stuff. Like, you know, yo hablo un poco español, pero I don't speak a lot. But I do speak a little bit of Spanish, and I do speak a little bit of French. You know, parlez-vous français? I also speak a little bit of Italian, and I speak a little bit of German. But I don't speak any of them well enough to actually be able to communicate properly with anyone. And I would really love to actually, like, learn the languages and properly communicate with people. Romani people have it so rough, though. Imagine being nomadic people, and then everything turns into private property, and nobody cares if people, like, rape or kill you. Get targeted by cops and shit. Should learn more about their history. Those gypsies are not nice. I mean, again, I don't know the context of it at all. I couldn't give you any sort of context. Jesus. Sorry. Things exploding over here. Woo. All right, we're still waiting on Hori Star in the bathroom. I think it's important to learn the history of people, but also to recognize, like, safe, So Lena's not missing the point here. So here's what's going on, right? Normally, people are reactive to hate and of things of that nature. And if you provide hateful spaces, it's easy to, retaliate in that regard. The thing that is important to note here is that, it's important to understand the history of where people are coming from and what is going on and how that hate propagates. And assuming things about people. Now, of course, there are certain areas that need to be like, people need to be careful in. Like areas do become dangerous after a certain period of time. And I might be becoming a little bit more too tipsy to be able to talk about this properly. But like, hate culture propagates more hate culture, and it's important to, know what's going on in order to prevent that. So, for example, like, you know, and not everyone is a particular way. It's important to not stereotype in a lot of situations. For example, like, you know, we talk about World War II. And, like, you know, the part of the reason why World War II is such a thing that happened is because many of the United powers, or not united, a lot of, like, the when the U.S. and other countries won the war, right, they demanded that Germany pay back the money that was spent in said war. And as a result, that resulted in something happening where Germany's economy went to crap, and they were in so much, like, pain in regards to the money that they had. Or no, they were so financially burdened that they, you know, when somebody said, hey, we're going to make things better than they are now, they decided to listen, and that person happened to be Hitler. You know, and as a result, we have, you know, World War II propagate, and, you know, desperation and these kinds of situations is what, like, leads to these horrific scenarios. And just, like, you know, continue breeding of hate. Obviously, Vanka, I want you to be, or Nia, I want you to be safe and, you know, careful in whatever kind of situation you are. But it is also important to understand culture and history in order to, like, see what is going on, so that way you're able to relate to them. Fish. Like, if you don't recognize how marginalized people might sometimes look bad, like, look like the bad guys, then you should take another look at things. Hello, Fish Prince. How are you doing today? Yeah. No, obviously, do what you need to and be safe about it. But, like, also, it might be worth learning about the culture and what is going on for them to be acting said way, you know? Because there's a lot that goes into that kind of stuff. I'll also say, music obviously goes a long way in describing, like, Jesus, cultures and things of that nature, but you should do a little bit more than just listen to a song. But anyway. Oh, yikes. I forget how rough this set is without any form of sharpness. Let's say if I end up riding my bike on roads where usually people ignore me or do not care that I'm there and will try to run you off the road. Oh, believe me, I as somebody who literally does not own a car and only bikes places, I am so used to dealing with people hating me as a biker. You're gonna leave if you're making a scene here? No, you're not. I mean, this is just the kind of stuff that we talk about here. Like, I prefer this to be an open space where people are able to speak. You know? No scenes are being made. Just keep things chill. I mean, we're just talking stuff, you know? Don't spread hate. That's all that I ask. Obviously, be safe, but also don't spread hate. I don't think that's a difficult thing to do. Respectful of people. Which I could rant about that happened a couple days ago, but I won't. Mostly because it's boring and you know how it is. Oh, I definitely know how it is, but it's also by no means boring. I could talk about all kinds of horror stories I've experienced as a cyclist, and I've got plenty of them. If I had like $1 for every time I've been cussed out because I'm riding a bicycle on the road, I would not need to stream, or I guess work in a coffee shop. It's so bad, especially in the U.S. If you live in the U.S., there are certain countries where it's a lot better, and even certain states where it's more like accessible. Public transit is just like so nice, but in the U.S., oh my God, it is so bad. Specifically Florida, where I was living in Florida, God, you would think that people thought that you were like, you know, like fucking their girlfriend with the way that they would act when you were riding your bike. Like, it's just insane. Seems pretty sexual to me. That's how they want to interpret it. Currently sipping my schizophrenic hallucination cheat. Trying so hard not to die. But yeah, no, just, you know. But no, I think that there are certain things that are important talking about. That's all. It may or may not be real. I mean, you know, I feel like what's going on is pretty real to me. I need to get my Ripper shield back up. Or red shield. There we go. Me not looking. It's a lovely jasmine. Dang, that sounds wonderful. I wish I had jasmine tea. Actually, I might. I have a tin of green tea on the shelf back here. I might still have some jasmine left. It's been a while since I've checked. I was like, why am I not drinking it? But it might just be because I'm out. A little rough on the stomach. Is that true with all green teas for you, Lane, or just jasmine? I don't think it's real LMAO, but it was tasty. What do you mean you don't think it's real? It fake jasmine? Wow, I just totally mistimed that. It's a cute name. It is a cute name. I agree. Jasmine is a wonderful name. You meant it's like a soapy flavor? I mean, it could be a situation where it's like, you know, like cilantro, where people describe cilantro as dish soap. They say it's like genetic. Can this hit, please? No, I can't. It's bad. Bad special. Yeah, okay. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it is definitely a floral kind of tea. Although it could be that jasmine is just made. Will this chill hunt come to a close anytime soon? I mean, if I keep playing like I am, it might. Oh, geez, I forgot. I had foodie. Felt like we did enough damage. We might. This might be, no, it's definitely not like the scary EX. That would have, like, done half my health. Or, like, the scary event quest, I should say. But might as well enjoy it. That does sound nice. I wish I could experience what you are experiencing currently, Nia. That is what I will say about it. Really weird, like, contradict people. It's hallucinations at all costs. Who gives a shit? Woo. Double block. No block. Please don't hurt me. I will say I am running an elemental charge blade. That might have something to do with the lack of damage here, though. Because this thing most certainly resists ice. Ooh, sent me spiraling. Uh-oh. I'm bouncing a lot. That's fine. I dodge a move thanks to cluster shots. The more I think it's not real, the more it becomes real. Usually when stuff appears on walks and stuff, so I just ignore it or give it a nod. I try to interact with strange seeming things because it calms me down. Good way of dealing with it. I don't know exactly what kind of tea you're drinking, but I will say, like, usually from what I've read, when it comes to, like, I guess psychedelics and things of that nature where hallucinations exist, it's much more important to understand, like, regardless of whether or not it is or isn't, accept it as part of, like, you know, accept it as it comes, you know? And it's a good way to, like, maintain composure during trips and things of that nature. Again, from what I've read. My friend deals with ghosts a lot, and it helps to do things like a banish ritual when they actually go away rather than pretending that they aren't there. That makes sense. Oh, crap. It's doing the second turnaround, isn't it? Yep. Totally getting hit by this. Oh, wait, maybe not. Yes, I'm so good. Ooh, that's an interesting cancel. I'll have to remember that for the future. I've dealt with it all my life, and I can say that if you try to pretend that it's not real, then you go insane. That's how we end up with, like we're portrayed in the media. I see. Ooh, dang, that is unfortunate. He popped up under my feet. I mean, there's not a whole lot you can do about that. I definitely carded once. It's not like it was completely unavoidable. All right. I do believe it is now Hori Star's turn to post, if they are still here. I understand that it is almost 3 o'clock in the morning, Hori Star. And we did lose Jose. May the fish once join their space. Yes, you actually join right now, Fish Prince. You may join at this moment. This is a fantastic moment for you to join. Let me finish my apple. No worries. It'll give me a moment to, like, pick a weapon that I want to use. I think it'll be this. I'm feeling some Gunlance. Gunlance feels good today. Charge Blade. Charge Blade didn't do it. It didn't cut it. Quite literally. Could not cut it. It's too weak. Too brittle. Thanks for the aerial set inspiration. Yeah, of course. Aerial set's sick. Especially the airstrike set that I use for the heavy bow gun. I think it's hilarious. Good luck this time. Thank you. Thank you for hanging around with us, Crazy Snake. Eat a fruit. Add a fruit. Do a fruit thing. Sick. Fish Prince got in here. I don't have to worry about kicking people. Wonderful. That is all I ask for. Dun, 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 dun. People still playing Splatoon? I feel like Splatoon is like, it's such a good game, in quotation marks. Like, in theory, it's so good. And it's like such a cool concept, and there's so much to do in it. But then at the same time, I can never seem to like play it for more than like, I don't know, a few hours. Bike stories with Bobo and a fellow biking viewers. I mean, if you want me to tell a story, I will totally tell a story. But I'm also going to be a little bit greedy and ask for 100 of your channel points. I'll rant on bike stories easily. Bobo has been through it on that bicycle, and it's still the same bicycle. I have been riding the same bike for like 7 years, and it is a 1400 Bolt Reaver EX. Jesus Christ. It is a 1400 Trek racing bike from the 90s, and it has been doing me so well. Actually, I'm gonna stick around with it. Hug the dog. What would you like for me to talk about, Drake, in regards to biking? I have plenty of stories. Bicycle, bicycle, bicycle. I like to ride my bicycle. I like to ride my bike. I actually can't sing with the music in the background. It's totally throwing me off. Where the content button? It'll be here eventually. Give it like, I don't know, 50 minutes. 50 minutes, we'll have content. Bicycle. Bike. All right. So let's talk shop about one of my bike stories. Do we want to talk about the time I got into a accident with a motorcycle? I think that's a good story. So on my way to school, this is during when I was back in college, right? I was riding to school, and on my way there, my school, it's built on a giant hill, the College of Music that I attended. I was going there for my sight singing class. And so I bike on the roads for the most part. Like 90% of the time I bike on the roads. This particular time, I decided, hey, since I'm going to this area, I'm going to jump onto the sidewalk once I get onto the university campus. Sounds reasonable. And so I'm biking on the sidewalk, and from behind me, I hear the sound of scraping metal and plastic. And I go, whoa, what the hell is that? I immediately prop myself up on my legs and hit the brakes, and I'm slowing down. And the next thing I know, I'm on my hands and knees. And I'm, on my hands and knees, and I am quite literally just on the ground, and I'm almost completely uninjured. That's the miraculous part. I have taken 0 damage outside of a few scrapes, and I see my bicycle, and it has been thrown roughly 6 to 8 feet in front of me. What ended up happening is that the road was in such shitty condition that this guy on his motorcycle got thrown off of his bike. Off his motorcycle, and it continued to go, and it jumped the sidewalk and swept my bike out from underneath me. And it actually split the seat post, which is like that iron post that the seat sits on top of. It split it open like a banana peel. And yeah, no. And dude who got in the biking, in the motorcycle accident, dude, he was absolutely torn to shreds. I'm talking like the worst road rash I've probably ever seen. Me completely uninjured, but it threw my bicycle like 6 to 8 feet in front of me and was totally tangled up in his motorcycle. And I went to class. He was like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine." It cost me like $200 in damages, in order to get it fixed. But I still ride that bike. But yeah, super, super sketchy. Was this on the strip? Probably. No, no, it was not on the strip. It was, where is it? Where the front of, HMU. So that same road that was by the Dunkin' Donuts. It ran parallel to the, I'm not even trying to describe it. Oh my God, that was just so much garbage being thrown my way. Okay, the park. Okay, cool. Yeah. But yeah, so anyway, totally destroyed my bike. Parallel to Tennessee. No, perpendicular. I can't stay 50 minutes. I have school, but it was a good bike story. Thank you. I'm glad that it was a good bike story. It like ran Jesus, dang, we got wiped. So not the park, but I know what you're talking about. Okay, cool. Yeah, up the hill, exactly. That's it. Can I get a morsel of content? Can you get a morsel of content? I get a little bit of content. Just a wee bit of content. Yeah, you can get a little bit of content if you like. Just a little bit. I mean, not a lot of content. We can't afford content here. That shit's expensive. But a little bit. How much it costs to run content? I love content. Content's pretty great. So, for those of you who don't know, Elaine has designed all of my emotes. Also, go ahead and repost. That's a redo. And lately I've been thinking about trying to make a emote that would represent a content button. Not sure what that would represent, but we're still working on it. There's some concepts being thrown around in regards to what a concept button emote might look like. The button part is easy. The content button is not. Or the content part is not. All right, EX Bolt Reaver. I think we swap over to the main. The main proper. That's not right. To be honest, my brain did not see the EX part. Oh yeah, no, it's spooky. I can mock up something. It's just a long word. I'm kind of curious if we can like replace it with a symbol. Like what would be a good symbol for content? Like what would be on the button that would represent the content? And it can't be this guy. This guy's copyright. He's cool and I love him and I own him, but like he has copyright and therefore I can't be mine. Bolt Reaver. Sorry, my brain figuring out. A camera? Maybe. An eye. Your food. Are you saying that Fish Prince did not eat? Does Fish Prince need to eat for bonuses? For boofs? We need more boofs up in here. Weakener and insurance? Hell yeah. But, you know, just some ideas. Well, again, it's a work in progress. I like kind of talked about this last night with Lane. So we don't really have anything going on as of right now. The problem with content is it's such a nothing word. I mean, I think that's the beauty of it, right? But also, that is the issue with trying to create a symbol for it. I mean, if we like really wanted to, we could just like put a question mark on it, right? That would represent both like an ambiguity, but also like there's something to be had there. I mean, it's like the least the word can mean. You're not wrong. You are not wrong. Something with, reminds me of something that happened to me. Well, I guess I'll share now. So in usual retrospect, I'm on a bike. They're on the road, it takes a turn, and someone on their phone not paying attention, and the red light comes hurling down the road. So Moment I'm taking the turn next time off my bike, not hurt, then others seeing my butt being slightly sore, sitting in a pile there that was fresh. Jesus. Yeah, no, I mean, honestly, like, being on a bike and, like, watching, like, if you, like, okay, I've talked to my, my grandfather is very concerned for my safety, to a fault, I would say, but it's still, like, I appreciate the concern nonetheless. But there's definitely, like, I've said this in the past, that there are certain kinds of quote-unquote traps where it's really easy to, like, be like, oh, I have the right-of-way, and then forget that you're on a bicycle and, like, literally anything could kill you at, like, a moment's notice if it wants to. Right? So, like, for instance, crosswalks. Those are a cyclist trap. Even if you have the right-of-way, like, a car will make a turn on red and they don't see you and they will hit you. Or, alternatively, if there's a crosswalk and a car is able to make a left turn, they are even more unlikely to see you. I have had several near misses on left turn crosswalks where I would, like, normally have the right-of-way, but there's, like, a left turn. I consider those bicyclist traps, or, you know, where cars just, like, decide to hit bicyclists. That kind of stuff needs to, like, be carefully. If you're on a bicycle, do not trust any of those. Any of those kinds of things. Bike lanes are also kind of a trap. You got to know when there's a car coming up behind you and if it's going to make a right turn or not, and think that, oh, I can do this, when in reality they actually are cutting through a lane. They don't see that. These kinds of things need to be, like, very, 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 like, well watched. You've got to watch your back when it comes to stuff like this. Have you seen some of the quote-unquote better designs for bike lanes? I have. And there are some good ones, actually. But there are other ones that are just like, what? Like, this is so dangerous and stupid. Like, this idea that certain alternate designs are better than the usual bike lane. The issue isn't the design of the bike lane 90% of the time. The issue has to do with the vehicles that are driving next to bikes. The new bike lanes they build in some places are really good. Yeah, no, and I actually have biked on some pretty decent new bike lanes where, like, they actually give me, like, 6 feet worth of room. Like, they give me a proper lane's worth of distance between me and the car. And not only that, but it's, like, sectioned off and only, like, designated for bicycles, and people don't usually bike in them because they are just that different, which is how it should be done, you know? But whether or not people actually see that and respect that for a cyclist is... See, this is a solvable problem, though. They have, like, these sort of concrete medians that protect bike lanes on the right and the asphalt. See, and that would be ideal. Just give bikes their own totally and completely different and designated lanes. But, you know, it's really difficult to get people on board with that when it's going to disrupt certain sort of, like, car traffic flows, because people care about their cars more than they care about people on bicycles. That's just how it is in U.S. society. It's hard to get anybody to care about cyclist infrastructure. But what you need to build is the infrastructure. Right. But it's also, like, again, it's the same attitude. Oh, geez. Like, it's the same attitude that prevents the infrastructure that also threatens cyclists on the road in the first place. You know, when people are like, oh, why the hell is a bicycle in the road in the first place? Those are the same, it's the same attitude that turns it into, you know, this other thing. Yeah, Bolt Reaver EX is very tough. It took me a number of attempts, and I cannot tell you the number off the top of my head, but I'm going to guess it was somewhere in the range of like 15 to 20 to actually beat this thing. I would have died anyway. It's the car to our bicycles. That it is. All right, Alex, it is your turn to post. If you would like to Energy Surge, it is your turn. Maybe next time I run bow. I've got a pretty good bow set. I brought this because I knew I could do a lot of damage pretty quickly, but it does not seem to be doing the trick. Let's run some basic hunting horn, you know? I feel like people don't get to see guild style anymore. Let's run some guild style. Some classic, some, you know, Monster Hunter 4U. My weapon looks like a bug. It does kind of look like an Atlas beetle. Guild style is a bit underrated. I would agree. I think guild style is sick. But like, here's the beauty of guild style, right? It gives you 2 specials, right? Which is more than some of the more, you know, quote unquote powerful styles. But it also comes with almost no downsides. You have full access to your move set. And like everything about it is relatively like simple and easy to understand. You know, if you want to learn the basics of a weapon, you should run guild style. It's as simple as that. But people don't see that. But I will admit, like, it doesn't come with the flashiness or the I'll try capping. There's no other option. It's do or do not. But yeah, no, 2 specials, like all your whole weapon set, move set. There's no like limiters or limitations on it. It is good. I you know, I mess with that. I carry 2 traps. The question is, are we gonna cap it or are we gonna kill it? Because this is high rank stone crab. You gotta be careful around this thing. You gotta treat it like a child. That's a bad analogy. There isn't a good analogy here. We're gonna pretend I did not say treat it like a child. Low rank, actually. There we go. I just assumed all the deviants started in high rank, but I guess not. I feel like there was no good way to finish that sentence. That's why I gave up. You talked yourself into a corner. I remember, what is it? I have a friend of mine, and they remember this quote from me because I, you know, coined this phrase when I was like 18 years old, and it was, I have no obligation to finish this sentence. You know, I was talking, and I had this idea, and I finished the idea before the words came out of my mouth, and I just stopped, and they sat there, and they stared at me, and I'm like, I have no obligation to finish this sentence. And they did a double take. And they were like, I mean, you're not wrong. And that was that. we never talked it about again. The quote, though, I have no obligation to finish this sentence, still rings true in their ears on, like, probably a weekly or monthly basis. It's so, like, it's so good. I love it every single time. And it still rings true even in my own ears. I remember the context, too. So, like, the reason why I decided not to finish that sentence, I was taking an art class. Sure. Sorry, laughing at the Gendra Dome. I was taking an art class with this guy. I don't remember his name. It was probably like Aiden or something. I don't know. Fuck it. But like, so we'll just say Aiden for context, right? So Aiden had a habit of like taking everything I said and being like, haha, sex. And so as a result, I just, you know, gave up on saying certain words and phrases. And I was super self-conscious of it. You know, this is high school. And so that was like when I like basically gave up on it. So what you're saying is basically you're like your Twitch chat. Basically, yeah. Yeah, you're not wrong. Except now I don't care as much. Now I make other streamers uncomfortable when we stream together. Like, I've done a couple of Mario Kart streams with Meet the Boy, and there's been a couple of times where I just, like, I just keep going with the bit. It's like, it's honestly hysterical to me, but I am so, like, let's just go for it. If we're gonna go for the bit, we're gonna go all the way. Oh, sorry, Alex. I'm just swinging. Yeah, we're so good at this game. The monster lasted like 30 seconds. Oh, that was so bad. Oops. Especially with him, because he's like one of those real positive guys. Oh yeah, no, Meet the Boy's great. Meet the Boy is easily like one of my favorite people to do duo streams with, because again, he is so sweet and so nice. Fuck it. You know what? He's not even here right now, but we're still giving Meet the Boy a shout out. Shout outs to Meet the Boy. If you haven't met him yet, you should. All right, we'll run it back. One redo, right? I'll swing a little less hard. Which, you know, if everyone's here for Monster Hunter, then you'll probably like Meet the Boy. He's actually thinking about picking up Rise, and I'm thinking about picking up Rise with him. So we might start playing Rise together. This transmog gives me such a nice booty. I gotta go check that out. Sick. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna swap over to a different hunting horn set that also shows off my ass. Because, you know, why the hell not? And then I'll join y'all on Rise. It'll be on PC, just as a heads up. This is my set that shows an awful lot of ass. I don't know why it does that, but it just does. I was like, yeah, you know what? This is a fine looking piece of armor. I'm okay with this. And then it's just like there's so much like in the back when I'm running. Like, look at that ass. Do you see that? Look at it. It just like pops out at you when you're running. No, I mean, that's part of the reason why I streamed so much Rise on my Switch, was because I didn't have PC, or I had PC Rise, but my entire like player base is on the Switch. That's also why like I have a hesitation to even bothering with it like in these days, you know. It's just because like it's the genes. It's definitely the genes. It's just because, you know, I don't see myself necessarily playing Rise unless people are here to play it with me. But if Meet the Boy restarts Rise on PC, I have inclination to begin it on PC. Also, I think it's kind of important because we have Wilds coming out next year, and I would like to have people who are like going to be playing Wilds with me. You know, because if you haven't heard, it's not coming out on Switch. And it's unfortunate, but that is the case. I wish it was. Although I'm not going to lie, there's a part of me that is excited to see games just run better on my PC. It's unfortunate, but it is just the case. Like, my PC is a better piece of hardware than my Switch is. Not by much. My PC does not run things all that well, but it is slightly better. But, you know, it gives me time to get a better graphics card. So that'll be interesting. I might save up literally for just that game to have a better graphics card on. Oh, I forgot. This is one of those sets. Me forgetting exactly what type of armor set I'm running. Or what style I'm running. The weird thing about consoles is they have uniform hardware, so they can optimize much better on them. Yeah, and that makes sense. Like, you know, it's kind of like, I would compare it to, like, writing music for, like, certain singers, where it's like, oh, yeah, if you know exactly what singer you're going to be, like, writing for, it's going to be way better than anything that you do, you know. All right, after this, I'm throwing a trap on the ground because I think it might die. You guys just keep swinging, but I'm going to just sit here and throw traps and bombs. Keep swinging. I'm actually going to brute force this thing. This height fight. I know that's not the context, but I'm just going to keep throwing down traps until they work. If we could kill it in 30 seconds, I can keep spamming traps for 30 seconds. You like PC just because it's an open platform, but it's funny how poorly optimized stuff is. Like, sometimes you really are just brute forcing a terribly inefficient game with your monster mechanics. We absolutely cheesed it. There was no other way. That was the only option. I was willing to waste as many traps as I had to. I had another one in the pocket. But yeah, like you were talking, Lane, like, let's talk for just a second about Java Minecraft. Like, that is easily one of the most inefficient pieces of garbage I've ever seen in regards to, like, a software. Minecraft that runs on Java, not good. Completely, like, it is, like, my computer does not like running, like, Minecraft on the highest settings. Because in Java. Bedrock, no problem. But Java, no. Not having a bit of it. Also, who posted that? Was that Horistar or Alex? Someone let me know. But yeah, no. And yet it still works somehow. It was Alex. All right, then Fish. It is your turn to post. Feel free to post anything that you might like. Ultra realistic Minecraft physics. Yeah, but it's not even like that crazy, you know? Minecraft, like, again, Minecraft, I ran Minecraft on my shitter computer back in like 2008. And that computer was from the 90s and it could run base Minecraft. And I'm talking like base vanilla 1.0 Minecraft, because that's what I started on. It was great. But that being said, my high specs computer, you know, the thing that I stream on, that I play Apex and Overwatch 2 and Monster Hunter Worlds and Rise and a whole bunch of games, cannot run Minecraft Java Edition on the highest settings. It's insane. Like, is that not just, like, silly? But, like, it runs Bedrock fine. Bedrock, no problem. Java? Ugh. You know, I gotta turn that chunk rate down to, like, 8 chunks. If I really want to, like, experience no lag. You're completing every quest? Yeah, no worries. I am in full support of this. I am more than down to help people finish every quest in the game. We've done it before, and we'll do it again. I myself haven't done it because I don't have an interest in 100%ing Monster Hunter. I'm just here to play. I think, honestly, if I keep playing with people who are trying to 100% Monster Hunter, I will succeed eventually. Like, last week, I got a gathering quest done. Like, out of nowhere. Their quest was like, hey, can I post this here? And I'm like, I guess. And then we just ran around and gathered, like, I don't know, strange herbs for, like, 5 minutes. It was great. It's like, it's a weird reminder that Monster Hunter is not just about fighting monsters. I would say like 90% of the game is about fighting monsters, but it's not entirely about fighting monsters. 100% is a goal of mine with this game, and making a broken enough build. Oh, there are plenty of ways to make broken enough builds, but like, I don't know. This game has been what like, you know how people like talk about like simple games, and I talk about simple games as in like tic-tac-toe and things of that nature, and it's considered a solved game, which is to say that no matter how many times you play it, there's a guaranteed way to win or at least tie. If you haven't heard of solved games before. Tic-tac-toe is one of them. It doesn't matter how many times you play me in tic-tac-toe, I will either tie you 100% of the time or I'm going to win. And there's no other option. Because there's no counterplay. But I do feel like Monster Hunter as a whole does actually reach a point of it being solved when it comes to the meta builds. I guess I say solved. I think maybe that's not a good term for Monster Hunter, but like we are reaching that point where enough has been discovered that we can like actually figure out what would be considered the absolute best. Ooh, I thought that was falling on me for sure. I like how we're separated here. I feel like in this game, you're sandboxy enough that you don't know if there isn't something that you're missing. I would agree. I think that's part of the reason why I love this game as much as I do. I know, but why content? There's content coming, don't worry. We got 20 minutes until the content unlocks. But hello, Joanna. How are you doing? You know who I haven't seen today is Ruby. I wonder if Ruby's doing okay. I mean, think of how people discover exploits and such, like decades into a game's life, or hidden mechanics. And I will admit, like, I've been playing this game for, again, like 8 years, and there are still things that I learn about it. On, like, a pretty, like, I would say at this point it's slowed down quite a bit. It used to be, like, on a monthly basis. These days it's more like on a, I would say on a, I don't know, 6 monthly basis, bi-yearly basis, twice a year. But still, you know, it's significant. I wonder if she's doing okay. The question we ask anytime any regular has anything else going on in the life. I mean, I think it's a reasonable thing to be, like, you know, concerned about. But also, like, people got life going on. You know, I've had several regulars come and go throughout the years. I would say, like, Nia was a regular at one point, and now they're semi-regular. I would say, like, you know, Ruby has been, like, probably the newest regular and the most regular. I would say Joanna's a regular and has continued to be a regular. Same with you, Lane. And then I think about, like, some of, like, the really early people, like Boozle. I have not seen Boozle in, like, forever. You know, Zephyr is now a somewhat regular. Energy Surge is definitely a regular. You hope Ruby has a Pathfinder thing? Ruby has really been enjoying Pathfinder, and I you know, I want to get back into D&D personally. I know a lot of people talk a lot of shit about 5e, which, you know, is warranted. 5e has a lot of shit that should be talked about. Lol, what am I? Just another bike accident waiting to happen? You're a Monster Hunter regular. There is a difference between regular and Monster Hunter regular. And I enjoy Monster Hunter, don't get me wrong. I fully embrace the fact that I am a monster. I have been and will, like, probably continue to be a Monster Hunter content creator. That's part of the reason why I love playing, like, making YouTube videos of this game and things of that nature. But, you know, I also enjoy playing other games, and it's nice to have people for those kinds of stuff too. Man, this monster is not making this mount easy. You're a regular, I'm mostly just lurking though. Oh, that makes sense. I wouldn't know that. But I do appreciate all our lurkers out there. The lurkers are what, you know, make this channel. When I get off stream and it's like, Yeah, when I got off this game, when I stopped streaming, I should say, when I stopped streaming any game and I'm like, oh, there's been like 7 people here this entire time. That makes me very happy. So do not think that your lurking goes unappreciated. It's like anonymous donations, you know? It's like I deeply appreciate anonymous donations, but also I don't know who to thank. Because otherwise it wouldn't be anonymous. Ooh, I'm getting knocked around a little bit. You know how the planet shittiness has the lunker alarm? I'm assuming you mean lurker alarm. I don't know what planet shittiness is. What is planet shittiness? Is that like planet, like... We should have a lurker alarm which announces lurkers? We should not do this. No, I completely agree. No, lurkers... believe me, for those of you who don't know, I am a regular lurker in every single stream I watch. I do not talk to people. I say like 2 sentences before I raid, and then I put you on the background and like hang out for 3 hours. But like, I do not like when I'm lurking, there's like a 30% chance I'm actually like invested in paying attention to the stream. And that's fine, you know? Again, I fully support anybody who's lurking in the shadows. No, come on, go down. It's too late. I'm taking the tail. Pronoun circles should only be used for casting spells, LMAO. Planet Fitness has a weird alarm that goes off when you drop weights on the ground, and then supposedly you get kicked out. What? That's wild. Okay. No, that's insane. We are taking turns mounting this monster. Oh, yeah, for sure. And we're doing such a great job of it. Thank you, Energy Surge. Omegaverse content. Taking turns riding it. What's funny is I know that Energy Surge is actually doing damage. Me, on the other hand, I am just poking away. And yet, Horistar and Frisk Prince, we outdid them. Oh, well, no, they're fighting Gravios. Gravios actually has more health, so never mind. Honestly, there's a good chance that we'll come back. Yes, I do actually have a lurk command. Oh, my God. You've watched many hours of this game and have no idea how it works. Yeah, and that's understandable. I mean, honestly, Monster Hunter is not an intuitive game. Like, at all. Like, zeros, like, intuition, 0. I started in 4U, and I did not understand any of the mechanics when I first started playing. And then, as I got better at the game, I learned more mechanics, but still had no idea what was going on. I didn't know that you could have skills up until high rank. I didn't know that decorations were a thing until I was in G rank. Hell, I didn't even know, like, I mained heavy bowgun, and I did not understand the concept of critical distance until I was in G rank. Like, it's actually, like, completely unexplained mechanics. And the only way that you know is of certain, oh, you know, the screen shook when I was at this distance. You know? Like, and I can demonstrate right here. This is not critical distance. I hit the monster, right? But notice how the screen did not shake. If I stand here and shoot the monster, it's too close. But if I stand here and shoot the monster, did you see how the screen shook for a second? That is optimal range. What the fuck is critical distance? It means that there's a range where you're actually doing full damage with your weapon, and it's very small for certain weapons. Which is why I run aerial, because I'm constantly in critical distance when I'm in the air. I feel like there's a trend towards games requiring a significant knowledge base external to the game. In this game, oh geez, I am mad dead. I would say, like, the thing that is interesting about Monster Hunter is that there are so many mechanics that are completely unexplained. I don't think I've ever heard the phrase critical distance in the game once in my life. I only heard about critical distance once I started playing the game. Actually, it's 1.5 damage. Regardless, the point is that the game never talks about it. You only learn about it by talking to people who have done the insane number crunching that goes into figuring that kind of shit out. Phazon has entered the chat. Welcome, Phazon. Critical Affinity. Like games that I've played in such specific metas that you actually need to go find a real person to ask about the metas. Yeah, no, and this is like, this game is definitely a Redditor's paradise, which is to say that if you like actually want to learn stuff about Monster Hunter and like, you know, understand what's going on, you got to go to Reddit, especially early Monster Hunter. Are you like, okay, new Monster Hunter is a little bit more friendly to people. For example, right? This is a big one. They introduced numbers, and I've talked a lot about like the issues with numbers. Go see my episode with the Teostra. That was like that I put out a YouTube video like, you know, 2 weeks ago, and I talk a lot about numbers. But like once they introduced numbers to the game, when you do like when you have a hit marker, not Reddit. Orange. Oh my God, Phazon did it. But yeah, no. Killed my special. But yeah, once they introduce numbers, then you could actually figure out like, oh, I'm doing more damage from this range. But this game has existed since like 2004. Like we had numbers, like the first time numbers showed up was like 20 years after this game developed. Orangey glad I didn't say banana. Oh man, never again. Wow, that was short-lived. I forget what color my name is. I think it's purple. I don't know why it's purple. I'm not particularly attached to purple. I look good in purple, hence why I'm wearing it, but like I don't know why it's purple. Numbers weren't invented until 2004, y'all. You're like a cyan. Oh, I guess I am. I forget. Here, we can do a little test message. There we go. Yeah, I am a cyan. I'm like Perry the Platypus colored. Teal. It's teal. My shirt is more of a Bordeaux color. Is it? Oh, wow. I just caught that with my thighs. I'm sure chat wishes they saw that I caught my controller with my thighs, but I guess so. Yeah, I mean, maybe. If somebody were like, point at the Bordeaux color, I'd be like, Do y'all think people would respect me more if my name wasn't pink? Nah. And you should keep it pink. I got a Gravios brain. I'm convinced Gravios' brain is the size of a walnut. Like a T-Rex brain. Point at Babo. Horistar, your turn. Do people not respect you at Prince? On Twitch? As a matter of fact, they sometimes do not. Yeah, but I think that says more about what Twitch is, more so than it says about what color your name is. I mean, maybe. I don't know. But plenty of people seem to have a pink username. Fish Prince has a pink name. You could test it if you really wanted to. Next time some chatter has like some sort of weird conflict with you, you should change your name to like an emerald green and see if they respond differently to what it is that you're saying. I think that this can be tested. People call you Fresh Prince, but other than that, no issues. So as somebody who constantly misreads everything, like fucking everything, you know, it's basically a joke. People are honestly not convinced I can read. I do not understand how people mess up Fish Prince, especially when the first thing that you do in a chat is you come in and you type the word fish in like bold, like in all caps. That blows my mind. The Fish Prince of Bel-Air. I wish I knew that song as well. Like, you know, It's like someone was coming messing up in my neighborhood. I don't remember. I don't know this song quite that well. Pish French. There we go. Fish Prince did not appreciate the comment. All right, I'm sorry. We're not poking fun. We're just, you know, having fun. Just for you, I'll be blue for the rest of the stream. Oh, be still my heart. You actually started saying fish just to get people to stop doing that. Ah, I see. I mean, I guess that's the reason why people say Fresh Prince, right? Is because of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. It is a thing, you know. And when something is a, you know, quote unquote thing, it's easy to see it as a thing instead of a not a thing. That makes sense? Got insurance? Hell yeah. I'm running this set, and I know it's a good set. Don't get me wrong. It's an affinity critical boost set. So it's going to do well. I'm also going to run to the bathroom before we start this, just because. But I don't know if my skill level is high enough to be able to run this right now. But we'll find out. Let me go pee, and then I'll be right back. And then we can start. Back for the most part. Also, we are approaching time. Jesus. Give me 1 second and then we'll be ready. Hello, everyone. All right, thoughts on French people. All right, I can give you my thoughts on French people. So far, I know not a whole lot of French people. Oh, Fish Prince figured out what time it was. It is time for content. Outside of, you know, I do not know a whole lot of French people. Let's be honest. I'm from the U.S. I'm relatively close to Canada, so, you know, I understand, you know, I'm relatively close to a mostly French-speaking country, but I do not know it that well. But I will say that, from my experience, Horrystar has been a wonderful person to have here in my chat, and therefore, my take on, you know, the quote-unquote French people has gone up, you know, exponentially as Horrystar continues to hang out with us and join us. Again, I have no issues with the French people. It has just been a wonderful time experiencing, you know, being around people from France. You know, I will say, I think your language is one of the toughest I've ever tried to learn. Are you saying that my view of French people was low before? I'm saying I did not have a view on French people. Because I didn't know any, you know? And how can I have a expectation of French people if I don't have anyone to actually, like, put that, like, you know, thing next to? It's, you know? There was no comparison, and Horrystar has set the bar as exceedingly high. So, I will say that. You should know that I'm not a representative. Regardless of whether or not you are, I'm just saying. I had a partisan roommate, and he was a hoot. Hello, Justice. How has the streaming been going? Let me give you a quick shout out. Shout out to Justice. If anybody is actually interested in hanging out with a real, I say real Monster Hunter streamer, Justice is actually a real Monster Hunter streamer. Cool. Way more committed to the bit than I am. And it was good. Glad to live with the French people. He'd watch TV in the exact draw me like one of your French girls position. That is quite funny. Doing good. Happy to see you and thank you so much. Yeah, of course. That's the least I can do. No, yeah. Justice, I've seen them on Twitch. They've been streaming like 2 to 3 times a week. Definitely worth checking out and going and saying hi to. Got punished for parrying, actually. Yeah, that's a classic. You gotta re-parry. You can actually, at least if Sword and Shield functions the same way as, God, I can't believe I'm gonna say this. If it functions the same way as Charge Blade in regards to Adept style, you can actually cancel your guard with another guard. And so you can parry multi-hitting moves several times in a row. I hate that I know this, because for those of you who don't know, I'm not a Charge Blade main. I am merely a Babo who plays heavy bowgun and mains heavy bowgun. Oh, please don't kill me. I'm a run. Although to be fair, I've never been anywhere. I just watched those international train videos. What? What did I get hit by? I've never been to France. I've been to London and Cuba. Those are the 2 places I've been that are technically overseas. Alright, it's hissing, but it's not overflowing. My other 2 ciders totally overflowed and spilled all over my desk. Paris is a lot. I mean, I imagine that Paris is a lot to anybody who, like, I don't know. It's a tourist city, right? Like, I understand that it's the capital of France, but it doesn't change the fact that it's touristy. It's like walking down, like, Grand Central New York, right? And then being like, oh, yeah, not my kind of place. Right? We'll do a re-fighting. It's horrific. The displacement of its working class is quite bad. I think that people felt like Paris had real depth for the newer tourist cities that didn't have. Did it stupid? Don't worry, we all did. Like me, I picked bow, when really I should be picking my main, which is certainly not Charge Blade. But I am referring to Charge Blade in this moment right now. If you plan on visiting France, you should avoid Paris. See, even Horistar does not like Paris, and they are from France. If I went back, I would love some semi-legal catacombs exploring. Semi-legal. No, if I went to France, I would not go to Paris. There are so many other cool areas to go check out. Like, okay, as somebody who's from the U.S., and specifically from Florida, like, there are so many better areas to check out in Florida than Miami and the Keys. Like, don't get me wrong, the Keys are all right. There are some nice beaches, but, like, there are cooler areas. And then if we're talking about, like, a whole fucking country, let alone the state of Florida, like, I went to Arizona for the first time, and it was one of the coolest experiences of my life. It also felt like I was not anywhere I'd ever been in my life. It was, like, an entirely different place. So, like, you know, what am I supposed to have expectations of when I'm talking about other stuff? You know, it's like, you know, you can't judge a whole country based on a single city that you've been to once. That's not fair to a whole country. I'm out of max potions. What am I gonna do? Make more, I hope. Please tell me. Okay, I got a little bit of honey left over. Cool. I need to make more honey. The keys are still a thing. Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, they won't be in like 2 years, but they will be. Isn't Arizona amazing? Yes, it is, and I would totally go back. Let me know when you're going. I will save up. Did you love it? Did you see the gross hortilage? Oh, Joanna, yes. The keys are barely afloat. And they're capsizing quickly. Oh, what is this? Is this honey? Oh, it's a max potion. Thank you. Grazie. Yeah, we'll eat the Fender High. Why not? Y'all talking about the Florida Keys? I'm talking about how you can't judge an area just based on a single location. Due to my work, there's a chance I might have already served you, Joanna. That would be awesome. I have over 200 max potions and ancient potions. I just have to like keep that kind of stuff in check. You thought the keys were no more? No, they definitely still exist, but it's predicted that they're going to disappear in the future. With the rising sea level, there's a good chance that like, I think anywhere between 50 to 80% of Florida will be swallowed up. You was in high school, so back then, so that's fair. That's fair. Also, keep in mind that there's a difference between like the Keys and Key West. I think. I'm familiar with like more of the like Key West, Siesta Keys, that kind of area. Mostly because A, I had an ex that lived there. B, I visited there once with my uncle when I was like, I don't know, 13. And third, because I had some very close friends that grew up there. Keys are water is nice, but the culture is vapid. Yeah, no, you go to the Keys because you want to hang out at the beach and do cool stuff. That is the only reason to go to the Keys. Do not go like if you're gonna go to Florida, do not expect to like be like, oh, I'm gonna have the Florida cuisine. Like, no. If you're lucky, you might have some great Cuban food, but like if you're lucky, and you're much better off going like literally like just go to Cuba. Keys are only good for fishing and diving. Yes, I would agree. Or like boating, I guess, if you're into boating. I'm not into boating, in case you didn't notice. For the ecology, yeah, no, for sure. I mean, again, that's like the reason why you go there, right? You like, what was it? I remember a long time ago, I actually had this conversation with you, Lane. I was like, we were talking about like places we would move, and you told me it's like no matter where you go, you're gonna find terrible people, and you're gonna find good people. So it's better to move a place that you like for the weather, for you know the environment, for things of that nature, over moving there for the sake of you know expecting to have better people around you, because you'll find good people wherever you are and shitty people wherever you are. Yikes! Are you kidding me? That one shot me. Florida is incredibly diverse and interesting, but it's worse than the more rich people are in the area. That's true. Or yeah, Orlando's not great. It keeps moving behind me. It definitely felt like I was getting targeted, but I'm also like pretty. I'm pretty gone, to say the least. So it's possible I'm just really bad today. At this point, I'm just kind of vibing and like hitting buttons, which maybe is not a great place to be using something that is not my main, but like heavy bowgun, I can press as many buttons as I want. This weapon, maybe not. I can hit buttons in order, but I can't choose when to press the right buttons. right now. You know? That hit! Orlando is literally the discarded husk of dead Florida citrus industry, converted into suburb hell. That and Disney. You forgot Disney. It is funny though. People think of Florida as like literally the Disney state. When I was a kid, right? I did like a vacation Bible school experience back in Texas. The wild. But like one of the things that ended up getting talked about was like what the first question I asked when I said I was from Florida was, how many times have I been to Disney World? And at that point in time, I had never been to Disney World. Like, people in other states literally think that, you know, if you're from Florida, you just go to Disney, like, every single chance you get. And as I got older, maybe, yes, that is true. That became the case. But, like, as a 7-year-old, it's like, no, I've never been to Disney. Like, this is not a place I've ever been. I'm staying down. Okay, cool. To be fair, people actually do that. Oh, believe me, I know. There's a reason why, like, people have the Disney, like, year pass bumper sticker nonsense thing. But, like, still, like, it was just such a bizarre assumption to me that, like, you're from Florida. You live in the Disney state. Which is, like, basically kind of what Florida is if you're, like, anywhere other than the Keys. I'm bad. I totally dodged that. Dated somebody whose parent had a career with Disney. They had no money but unlimited passes, so they would just hang out in the park and like people watch and smoke cigarettes. Jesus. Honestly, so jealous. I mean, I get to, but you could also just work in a cafe and people watch, you know? Like, I sit at a cafe and people watch. I have watched so many awkward and fantastic dates happen at the cafe I work at. For better and for worse, you know? Or like today, we had this guy come in. It was a bit of an odd experience. He came in and was like, with food, his own food that he brought from home. It was like leftovers. And he came up to us and he's like, do you have a microwave? And I'm like, yeah, like for us. And he's like, could you warm up my food? And we're like, I mean, I guess. But like, weird that you would like just bring your, like, and he hung out there for like 6 hours. He was there as long as I was, and I work there. You don't give a fuck about Disney, but I could go there for free like it was a normal public place. I would go all the time just to hang out. Yeah, no, totally understandable. Also, Alex, I think it's your turn to post. We do one redo. That was the redo, and I'm sorry I carded twice. I'm bad. We'll leave it at that. I'm just bad. And drunk. Bad and drunk. The worst combination of things. I need more blue mushrooms. I'm gonna go get more honey blue mushrooms and I guess dragon toadstools. Those sound useful. Interestingly, cats don't have beer. Understandable. Neither do I, technically. I have cider. It's a different kind of thing. Oh, I forgot I owned those. You know, we're gonna do something that I haven't done in a very long time. At the end of the, oh wait, shit. Wavering Claws? Hell yeah. I'm gonna buy a couple of stacks of those. But order items, view trade. Calico. Celico, you get to go. It's like Palico, and I did not understand that I accidentally used that naming convention again when I was playing this game as a kid. As a kid, I say, I was actually like, I don't know, 18? No, 16. I started Monster Hunter when I was like 16 years old. I am not like one of the, well, like old. I'm not actually an old head Monster Hunter player. I started with 4U, which I guess is old these days, but it wasn't back in the day when I started playing. Guess where cider was originally made? I don't know, actually. Where was it made? Hunt two Stonefists. I had incredible food in Orlando, which is weird because it's known for bad food. I feel like if you go to Orlando, it depends on like, Lane, you have the personality type that would find the good food in Orlando, which is to say that you would find like the shittiest little hole in the wall that is actually just like downright delicious. I feel like a lot of people fail on that front and they end up just like eating wherever the hell that they want, which is like, you know, oh, I'm gonna go to like, you know, Panda Express and it's gonna be the best like Panda Express on the planet, and like it's terrible. Chicago is known for having good food, and I keep having shit food instead. You're not going to the hole in the walls. You gotta keep going to the hole in the walls. Ancient Greece is where cider was made. Very cool. Also, Joanna, I know I said I would share my mead with you, but I don't actually have a whole lot. You're going to have to come up and visit me to have mead. But that being said, I think it's a good reason to come up and visit me. Outside of just, you know, getting to see each other. All the bad places mimic all the good places, like a parasitic relationship. Restaurants brood parasites. Oh, believe me, I know. I basically work in probably the closest thing to one. Pierce level 2? Is that what I'm missing? Probably. Legoland would be my idea of a good time, but apparently you have to have a child to go with you. Otherwise, you can't go in. It's actually a childhood dream to go there. Why would you need a kid to go to Legoland? The people who like played with Legos as kids are people our age. I played with Legos as a kid. I would go to Legoland, and I would want to go by myself. Why would they prevent that? Oh, this is just low rank. Okay. I was like, is this a one feint? They provided with the items. Only consistent food you've had here is Latin food. I've had some incredible tripe tacos, and holy shit, I was like, actually, oh my god, when I had the first bite, it was better than sex. Okay, the phrase "better than sex" is so funny to me when people use it to describe food. It's like, oh my god, I had food the other day and it was better than sex. It's like, I think that's just hysterical. I don't know if I have a negative NYC, or you don't know if you've had a negative NYC food experience. I've had several negative food experiences since moving to where I moved to, but it's also like, we have a place that is like Mexican. In fact, I don't even think quotes do it well enough. It is like the most un-Mexican place that happens to have food that is all made of the same ingredients. That is like a combination of like tortillas and beans. Like that is the only consistency between what I've eaten and Mexican food, is that they're both made with tortillas and beans, and like they have like 6 things that are basically the same thing but arranged differently. Ha! I got the mount. Really want to try the Tibetan tea. I want to get good tea. Come on, Void Piercer, do something crazy for me. Break this shell. Do it. It did not do it, but it did probably some damage. I think the more drunk I am, the better Void Piercer feels like it becomes. I hate Void Piercer as a move, but I think the drunker I get, the more I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. We're launching a Void Piercer today. Plus, I was late and I didn't want any caffeine. Don't think the butter is actually rancid. I read that yak butter just has a different ratio of milk solids in it. Wish it was rancid, though. I love that thing when things like rancidity work in an actual food item. Is this a drinking stream? Oh, yeah, no. I'm like my 3rd alcohol in. Did you not know that I'm like totally plastered currently? And working on becoming more plastered currently. It's not wine drunk. This is cider drunk. Just kind of like beer drunk, but like, you know. Egg coffee. It's like some kind of egg foam. Do you think you could acquire the same thing by like making a latte but using mayo? Babo got drunk, then heated a political discussion happened, and then he did some surprisingly good job of like putting Babo ponification about it. Look, when I'm drunk, it just means that I kind of word vomit all over the place, but that doesn't necessarily mean I become less of a Babo. I am still the same Babo that people know me as. I just kind of word vomit Babo. There's a little filter, minimal filter. I'm sorry, Fish Prince. I totally hit you with bombs. And I'm probably going to do it again. Romani people. What? What was the... Oh, I see. Special. Break this claw. Fuck you! So, fun fact, you can actually cancel that animation of me breaking off the, like, spear, or the spear on the end of the Void Piercer. Haha, I mounted it! By, like, rolling or, like, literally anything, but it's such a cool animation, you rarely will watch me skip it. I just think it's cool. Nia has a Romani community living near her known to perpetrate violent crimes, and we were kind of talking about the bigger cultural context. But then someone had some things to say that I did not agree with. Yeah, which is, again, I think that part of that just comes from, you know, I'll say this, which is generally, from my experience, when people have something to say about another group or another culture that is very, very, narrow-minded, I would say, it's usually from, like, misunderstanding or, you know, just not having all of, like, not understanding the big picture. Yo, I resolute. It is you, Tafik. Hello, welcome. How are you doing? I'm going to give you a quick shout out because I know you're going to be streaming soon. I'm also very, very, very drunk. No, so this person has not started streaming, but they will. And God, I fucking hate my shout outs sometimes. So everyone go check them out. Give them the follow. Like, you know, go do the thing. If they are a Apex streamer, an Apex legend, as it were. Highly recommend that you go check them out. If you're actually interested in FPSs, they are going to be absolutely sick to watch. Highly recommend. I don't think this person was misunderstanding, to be honest. They said something about bad apples, like an intuition that they are all bad apples. I'm saying that the reason why they think that is usually because of some sort of context that makes them feel like that is the case. You know, it's usually I would compare it to the equivalent of brainwashing. That is to say that, you know, that they grew up believing said thing and now they have this misconception about it that feeds into their later, like, adult life, which is not a good thing to do. Which is one thing to say about cops and another thing to say about an ethnic population. Yeah, I agree. The apple I ate was a good apple. Bad Apple's also a great song. I do disagree with what you're saying, though. I think that people do not mean well. I think they know what they are doing. I don't think that they know what they're... I'm not saying that they mean well. I think that people can very intentionally say hateful things. But what I'm also saying is that people intentionally say hateful things because they have been led to believe that this is a hateful thing to, you know, say. I'm actually blushing. Thank you. Yeah, no, absolutely. Thank you so much. Okay. So I'm doing this right now because I'm drunk. But you see this? You see this? This brick? This brick? This is yours. Come get it from me. I'm putting it in my backpack, and I carry my backpack with me everywhere. This is religious. Take it. Find me in Old Town tomorrow morning. Come and take my old capture card. It is yours. Content. Big content. Big content. Bet. People making excuses for people who intentionally seek out and repeat racist propaganda. I'm not making excuses for them. I think that they are actually and completely wrong, and I will stand by that. However, I have the hope that with education and people around them who are willing to, like, push them forward into better people, that they will become better people. You know? I have met people in the past. Bist du Deutsch? I resolute does speak Deutsch. That is what I'm saying. Like, you know, people who have a closed-minded, humans are adaptive and they can learn and grow from their experiences. I have watched many people who have not a very open-minded concept grow into very open-minded people and are very accepting of all types of people. So that is what I am saying. I think the problem with the education framing is that people are like, become educated about how to cover their racist beliefs and that they are still racist in subtler ways. What if those people just learn to perform open-mindedness? What if those people still discriminate when they have the chance? And see, and that is fair. That is completely fair. And I understand that is what you experience. But I want to be of the mindset to give them the chance to grow. Does that make sense? I do believe that people do deserve second chances, but that being said, I will not I will not stand for hateful propaganda in the chat and have continuous repeats of hateful propaganda in chat. I think we can draw a line when people are willing to hang out here and grow as an individual versus hang out here and continue to spout nonsense. It is I think Fish just posted, so it's actually Cat's turn to post. Yes? Am I crazy? I don't remember whose turn it is. I'm drunk. We just did Rust Razor. No. Grace. Stone Fist. You posted last. Okay, so yes, it is Fish's turn. Fist, go ahead and post. I'm glad this is a space where socially pushback rather than needing to enforce things in a harder fashion. I'm willing to have a discussion. You know, I think that's a big thing. But that being said, there is a level that I think we can tell the difference between discussion and downright ignorance. Ignorance and unwilling to think about larger concepts, which is why, you know, when you bring up the concept of open-mindedness, I like to continue pushing that idea of open-mindedness. I will listen, but I will also rebuttal. At a certain point, eventually rebuttaling does not work. And I think we have seen that in the past. That has happened a handful of times here, and you know. And I've also seen people who are willing to change and adapt. And even if it's falsehood in first, it does I think make a difference as they get older or think about it in longer terms. It's like the There's a thing that was talked about a while ago. It's the, people with body dysmorphia. If you continue to perpetuate the thought of oh, I am fat, I am fat, I am fat, I am fat, then you're not going to grow. But if you, look in the mirror and you go, hey, I am beautiful, I am all of these things, even if you don't believe it at first, continually putting yourself into that position and, being surrounded by people who, genuinely consider you to be beautiful will, in fact, have an impact on you, better or for worse. Game screenplays. Yeah, you're right. It is time to end the content. The content must end now. I moved. What? Oh, wait. No, that's the wrong screen. There we go. I was like, when did the lobby ID change positions? Keep in mind that we only do content for the very last hour of stream. That's part of the reason why I have it turned off, is because I actually do like having gameplay on the stream, but I am also willing to let people have their fun with content. Enjoy the presence of the dog and other things. All of those should hit in the spot that I need them to. They did not. I totally hit Fish. You are beautiful and also crazy and drunk. Yes, I am. I'll agree with two of those things. You got to figure out what the third is. Drunk Babo is like regular Babo, but more so. No, I mean, again, it's easy. This drunk Babo is. It's easy to be yourself. Simple as that. And if you're yourself when you're sober, then when you're drunk, you're just yourself, but more. You're yourself without a filter. Not crazy, definitely crazy. At least, or you know, maybe lacking in some of the brain cells. You had too much absinthe yourself tonight, something in the air. It's a good night. You know, Sunday night, let's enjoy it. Live it up for a minute. Too much wormwood in the eye there? You mean not enough orange? I'm not an orange cat. I don't think I was described as an orange cat. But I would be inclined to agree. I am not a Garfield. I actually Mondays are not a bad day for me. You need to get some Malort, and you feel like you might actually like it. We should have a phone call sometime. There are things I can't talk about on stream sometimes, but Lane, we should hang out. Play some Pokemon Showdown. I think it might be fun. You ain't drinking no more? Totally understandable. I you know, some people, or I not even like, just you know, do what makes you feel the most comfortable. Pokemon grudge match. Is it a grudge match? Or is it just fun? Good fun. I can't actually craft while riding this thing. All right, who's ready for a Void Piercer not to cut a tail? I'm excited. Baba, remember you bought me a drink. I do. It was quite fun, and I understand why you don't drink. Oh no, I might have actually broken it that time. I understand why you don't drink for, you know, your own reasons, but it doesn't seem like not drinking isn't like, you know, it isn't detrimental to you in the way that, you know, a drunk Joanna does not concern me, if that makes sense. I would drink with you again, to say the least. Me, nice tail cut. Even if I didn't get the tail cut, I can acknowledge a nice tail cut. I have the one and done drink rule for a reason. How about a drunk Drake? You know, I don't know you. At least I don't know you nearly as well as, you know, perhaps either it's one or the other. It's either I wish I knew you better so that way we could have a good time, or I'm perfectly happy with knowing you as much as I do. No in between. You wish you could meet me and have a drink with you? Maybe one day when I'm like a popular enough Twitch streamer, I can actually like go to like a Twitch con, and anybody who is like able to attend a Twitch con, I don't know who that is, certainly not me, but like, yeah, I would totally be down for a drink. There was back when I was playing PM, because it was still PM at this time. I played there was a night where like a lot of well-known PM players all went drinking together at a bar back in Dallas, Texas. And I was like one of those experiences that was like all of these like people that I've seen on the internet for a long time. It's like, oh, that would have been an opportunity where I could have actually like hung out and like properly like spent time with them and like gotten to know them as people, not just like, you know, random face on the internet. Which I know, like, a lot of the time when I stream, I feel like random face on the internet. You know? To live in a country. That is Paris. You know, actually, maybe one day I'll end up in Paris. You know, I don't know where in France you live, but if I'm ever going to France, I will let you know, Hori Star. You know, and I will find a way. I'll be like, hey, I'm in X city. Would you want to get coffee? And then we can go to some coffee shop, and I can tell you how I make better coffee than they do. All I drink is hot water and tea. I believe me, I fucking love tea. Okay, look, have you noticed the channel points reward? There's a reason why it's tea and fruit, it's fish and tea, isn't it? Never mind. But I make a pot of green tea, quite literally, every single stream. I absolutely love tea. It is my go-to, actually. I would rather have a cup of tea than a cup of coffee. Ah, what a shame. Ooh, that's kind of a janky-ass end animation for that. Fishes and oranges. That's right. Because, as you know, yeah. They exist. Don't need rations. I will starve. Don't need healing. I will die. Live very close to Rusan. I have no idea where Rusan is, but I will definitely visit if I given the chance. You have 38,000 right now. That's a lot. However, and I say this, why have 38,000 worth pieces of, fruit when you can have 38,000 pieces worth of content? Ruan. Okay, I see. My bad. Mispronounced. Oh shit, monkey. You need me to make an AFK script? I'm assuming you meant AFK script, not AHK script. I don't know what an AHK script would even be. Notice how much better I am at reading chat when I'm drunk. Oh, auto hotkey. Okay. See, I was thinking of a away from keyboard script, like something like I don't know if you're familiar with the old RuneScape like advertising scripts, but people when they used to play RuneScape, they would they would be like, hey, if you give me like let's say 2K gold, I will go ahead and like basically promote said item or thing that you're trying to do in RuneScape. Yeah, the auto typers, which could result in bans. I had a friend who was an avid auto typer back in the day, and it was honestly it's funny to think about. Keep in mind, when I say back in the day, I'm talking like 9 years old. Like, this is not a recent Babotosh. This is an ancient Babotosh. This is like Babotosh from like 2007. No, 2006. Who the fuck even remembers what was going on in 2006? It was like we were at the end of the Bush administration, I think. Weird times. I don't need that. It was like something that got like weirdly enforced. Ah, like speeding tickets. Do I actually, I'm not gonna lie, I don't need parts. I've been playing this game for like 10 billion years. I don't need parts that make a 3-year-old Drake. Oh yeah, no, I'm ancient. How the fuck old is Drake? I mean, if we're talking like what, 2005? 2006. Yeah, 2006, 2003. 20. Oh, not the musician. No, we're not talking about Drake the rapper. Are you kidding me? I listen to like almost no hip hop anymore. Jacques Chirac was the French president back then. I see. All right, we are officially out of... Come on, pop it. Hit that tail. Nope, we're not hitting the tail. Break his face. We missed. I am useless. I am garbage. I am trash at Monster Hunter. Oh, no. I'm garbage. I got nothing. Drunk Babo's French is a crime against humanity. My usual French is a crime against humanity. Are you kidding me? I can barely speak French anymore. Outside of like, parlez-vous français? Like that's basically un croissant. But like we can thank Jimmy Neutron for that. I could have spoken French. I actually like how Baba learned too many languages and they all run together. Oh, it's garbage. I am so bad when it comes to language naturally. Like, okay, for context, right? So for those of you who don't know, I'm gonna explain this like as if I haven't explained it a million times before. For those of you who don't know, I'm an opera singer. You know, I actually studied opera, and how to sing that. Now, the thing that is important about this in unique detail of, you know, Baba lore or whatever you want to call it, is that I studied opera for 5 years, which meant I had to study French. French was my worst language. I'm almost convinced that my teacher hated French so much he never gave us any kind of French music to learn. As a result, I severely struggled when it came to speaking French. It was a nightmare language for me. Oh my God, Lady Aurora with the raid. That deserves a shout out. I'm over here talking like, okay, first off, I'm very drunk and I'm over here talking about like, you know, opera. Like I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. Is that right? I think that is. I think I nailed it. Hello, Lady Aurora. How are you doing tonight? How was your stream? I gotta know. These things are important to me because I care about you as a person and as a streamer and as a partner in crime. How are you doing tonight? Howdy, Raiders. How is everyone? For those of you who don't know, Lady Aurora has actually been picking up Monster Hunter GU. We raided her the other night when she was playing Power World. You got a gem from each of them? Hell yeah, that's sick. That is a big win. You got to get better out with your shout out duties. It's not easy. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, no. But Lady Aurora has been playing GU. I think she very recently got into high rank. No, G rank. She's in G rank now. Which is super cool. Also, Energy Surge. It is your... No, not Energy Surge. And not Fish Prince. It is the third person who is here. Hori Star, it is your turn to post. See you, Fish Prince. Oh, see you, Energy Surge. All right. We got an empty lobby. Who wants to jump in here? How was your stream, Lady Aurora? So wonderful to have you here. You're freeing the hub. Literally everyone left. I'm alone. I have been left to my own whatevers. You need to go grab food? Yeah, no, please go do that. Have a nice stream. Everyone left. Hey, that means you get to post. Get in here, Phazon. Go ahead and post. You're up. You know what? Yeah, no, believe me, I do. I'm very drunk. I'm like 2.5 ciders. If you're on for another hour, you'll swing by. I think I got another half an hour in me at most. I'm like wiped. I need to do more of these streams where I'm like drinking. I'm like 3 times more talkative. You can't shut me up when I'm drunk. Fish came back. But yeah, no, go get food, do your thing. Thank you for the raid. It has been wonderful. I already shouted you out in case you were curious. Don't worry. If you get any followers, I pray that you get any followers. Baba reaching critical mass. Am I? Is this it? Oh no worries, lol. No, I'm a very silly and happy drunk and talkative drunk, and you know, you can't get me to shut up, which is great for streams. Who's that name? Crescent? That's not how you spell that. That is actually horrendous spelling. But oh well, I tip my hat to myself, which is to say, do better. Am I actually running out of bone husks? Holy shit. We've been doing this for a long time. See ya, Hori Star. Thank you for hanging around for so long. I know it's like 3:30 in the morning for you. Totally reasonable for you to go to bed right now. Always appreciate the company. See ya. Not the bone husks. We need those. Latest Dwarf Fortress moment. What if I stream Dwarf Fortress? I don't even know. Okay, Lane, my only experience with Dwarf Fortress is when I went over to your house after a night of ping pong. Like, and this was your parents' house, not like your regular house, your parents' house. And you pulled it up on your laptop, and all I saw was like 3 colors. I saw green, blue, and red, and maybe gray. Gray was probably mixed in there too. I have no idea what was going on. All you did was show me a text box that said something like a dwarf's head had been ripped off by a like, I'm gonna go to Caleb because he's closer, or like something absolutely obscene. Okay, explain what this game is. It's so the joke is, if you have any questions about Monster Hunter, look at the title. The title tells you everything, which is it's a game about hunting monsters. You play a game, you do like this third-person hunt-a-thon, and you just fight bosses the entire fucking time. Now, that is the joke, right? The real explanation, which I'm going to give you here, is that, okay, there is no lore. Okay, anybody who plays Monster Hunter does not read dialogue. There is actually no lore. It's one of the best gameplay loops I've ever played in my life. Basically, it boils down to this. You fight a giant monster. In this case, we're fighting this giant enemy spider. You kill said giant enemy spider. Giant enemy spider drops a whole bunch of materials for you. Said materials are used to create armor and weapons for you to hunt out things that are larger than said giant enemy spider. And then you continue this for eternity until you eventually have fought every single monster in the game and made every single armor in the game. Now, this game is special in particular because it introduced something called styles. Styles mean that every single weapon type, which let's say there's like, I don't know, 13 types. It might be more, it might be less. Don't ask me. I don't know. But each one of these like weapon types now have 4 additional ways for them to be played, which means that as a result, let's say if we're sticking with the usual 14 to 17, that would mean that there's anywhere between 32 and 34, like 51 different ways of playing this game at any given moment. And it's beautiful for that exact reason. And yeah, you just kind of like enjoy the fact that there's like so many different ways to play the game and so many different armor sets to make and so many different things to do. That is the beauty of the game. I almost launched a Void Piercer like a moron. My latest 2 things happened is I had 2 mysterious deaths from visitors to my fortress. And I was like, yeah, not too worried about it, but then like some guys fucking died. Both bards, and I was looking at the engravings of my fortress because it contained a lot of historical information. I see. 6. Oh, that's right. This game has 6. So multiply that by like an additional like, I don't even know how to do the math out of like 30 whatever. But yeah, basically it's this really tight-knit gameplay loop where you hunt giant monsters that have certain patterns and mechanics and things of that nature. You use their materials to craft more weapons and armor, which enable you to attack and fight more monsters. There's no level system. It's all based on how well you play the game and what kind of like things that you make and craft. I could immediately, like from any moment, I could become the weakest hunter in the game just by unequipping armor and weapons. So I guess somebody saw it happen and word got around. I think he fell through the frozen river and died. I'm not really sure. I see. Carving of one of the dead bards encased in ice. This is so... what is the deal with Dwarf Fortress? I feel like either Nia or Ruby plays Dwarf Fortress. One of them would totally understand what is going on and the significance of what is happening. A naked hunter? You know what? If you want to see me without any armor on, I bet I can make that happen, but it's got to be one of those sets that just like perfectly works. Oh, I didn't need to drink herbal medicine, but oh well. She knows a lot of it anyway. Yeah, then it's definitely Ruby. I feel really bad. Ruby's gonna lose her streak tonight. I really wish that she could have popped in, but I'm sure she's. Oh, that's. There's a new release of it. Is that the deal? Is that why Dwarf Fortress is suddenly showing up, like, you know, 8 years after I first heard of it? You have a naked set, chakra set. Oh, dude. I've actually got history with the chakra set. For those of you who don't know, when I played 4U, I used the chakra set like well into G rank on my heavy bowgun set. I legitimately impressed some Monster Hunter streamers back in the day by running the chakra set at G rank because they were just like, "Who the fuck are you? You're not dying and you're contributing and you're actually running like garbage." Didn't release his ad. It's actually kind of sad. The guy needed money for family and health reasons, so he had to make a more accessible version of the game, and it's like the Windows 10 Dwarf Fortress. That is a shame. Oh, speaking of weird mechanics, let's talk about sleep bombing, right? Why the fuck is sleep bombing a thing? Cannonball. Cannonball? Got him. I know he's not happy about it. Yeah, that is a shame. When people have to like sacrifice what is essentially an art to be able to just make a living, that is always sad. Also, Tafik, I had a question for you. Guitar lessons for voice lessons? Interested? Because I really want to get better at the guitar. And I'm willing to learn whatever kind of style of guitar that you know how to play. I just want to learn. He literally said, "I understand you don't want to support this." Oh, yeah, no, and that is incredibly sad. I will say, like, I wish him the best, especially somebody who's created something as iconic as a Dwarf Fortress. I don't know. Artists who, and I will consider that game designers are like, I would consider them artists. What did you say about the guitar? I was referring to Tafik plays guitar. He recently bought one, and I would like to also learn more about the guitar. And I've been playing it. I have one right here, but like that doesn't mean that I'm good at it, and I would like to become good at it. Then I used to play with a pick, and now I'm upgrading to finger picks. Cannonball. Cannonball? Cannonball again. Got him. I missed the old controls, but they said that they were working it. I think the end game will be better than ever, but it's in a rough patch. That makes sense. I understand, like, you're playing with finger picks, like metal finger picks? No, plastic ones, like guitar picks, but with all 3 fingers. I have them sitting on my desk. They're this lovely shade of red. There's no way you can see this. Just content for a second. I have these finger picks. I wear them on my fingers, like so. But I don't understand it. You want to get back on your finger picking shit? But I'm so out of practice. I mean, again, I'm learning. I am coming from basically, I'll say like 2 out of like 500. It's such a different approach. Yeah, no, that I like, again, playing on a pick, no problem. Playing on a finger picks, oh my god, nightmare. And I have no clue what I'm doing. Especially coming from mandolin as a more primary instrument. My more primary instrument is a bass, and like I don't have issues with it. I love John Fay, and his music got me to play guitar, and he almost exclusively plays with finger picks. The reason why I bought finger picks was because I was playing one song. Like, I wanted to learn one song that had like fun arpeggiated things to it. It's called "And All Within" by Worthy Kids Music. Highly recommend. It's on the album called Duloc, which is an album about Shrek. Holy shit. Super cool. It takes time for the finger picks to settle in and and get used to, and then they reduce the sizzle to a kind of sound. It's Emile and Nerbro for you. Gotcha. Sounds cool. Some of his arrangements are lovely. For like the hardest part to get, it's go CHK. You know what I mean? No. I'm assuming though it's a type of style of playing that involves hitting the pick like pretty hard on the string. Amendo is just an empty strum. What if you can't think of what to do? Oh, okay. Yes. It's the rhythmic like. Yeah, I totally understand what you mean. By muting the strings entirely, you can like go ahead and make a rhythmic accent on any kind of like particular chord that you want, and it sounds kind of cool. Fish, it is your turn to post. Welcome back, and you get to post again. Where's my kazoo at? I think it's kazooing time. Does anyone listen to much Chris? Chris, he's getting weird. I honestly, I listened to him a lot back in the day because I had a friend that was at Avid with the D, Avid, mandolin player. In fact, he is still one of the best mandolin players I know, currently living in California and producing like music and album and working at Music Masters or something like that. Not Music Masters, sorry, Guitar Center, teaching lessons or whatever. I wish them the best. But yeah, he used to listen to a lot of Chris Thiele back in the day. Very good. This is your last hunt? Sounds good. Very, very incredible mandolin player. Avid in the class of high school? What? Avid is not a class in my high school. You got insurance? Sick. I really like Chris Thiele, especially for his like solo work. Oh yeah, no, his solos are insane. If anybody hasn't heard of Chris Thiele, imagine like a bluegrass instrument done jazz. It's so good. And he's a local from where I grew up. That's part of the reason why I know about him as well as I do. I'm always trying to do solo stuff on instruments with too few strings. Honestly, I feel that. You know, I keep playing the bass and I keep trying to learn these things, and it's like, oh, by the way, they use a 5-string, and I'm like, fuck! That is constantly how I feel trying to play bass electric guitar is, fuck, why don't I own a 5-string? But then I'm also not willing to give up my fretless for anything. My fretless is mine and mine alone. Oh, wow. I just didn't bomb the monster, just bombed Caleb over there. We all can't be Esperanza Spalding. Hell, I could be Esperanza Spalding. I got those notes. We should do a Esperanza Spalding cover, but with mandolin, bass, and like... or guitar, bass, mandolin, and like me on vocals as a male. 5-string is not all that. I have a 5-string, but it's like the most genres you don't even miss it. You think I need another cider? Probably. I feel like I need another cider. This might actually be the last hunt of the night, though. Don't worry. I'm enjoying this quite a bit. I would buy more cider for more of this. Hug the dog. I think we can manage that. Man, I got no health right now. I'm like I'm having more fun looking at chat than I am playing the game. Even if the chat isn't saying anything, you know? Come on, Void Piercer. I believe in you. No, I don't. Actually, I think you're a nightmare, and I've never believed in you, actually. Give the dog cider. I honestly, I'm pretty sure that the dog is allergic to alcohol. The only thing good about a 5-string is having the low notes, obviously. Having the first 3 octaves is real easy. The first to the third to the 5th string. But it encourages bad habits because playing up the neck sounds usually better. Oh, I always play up the neck. Are you kidding me? That's part of the reason why I like it. That's why I'm here, Bob. What, dark Babotosh? Drunk Babotosh. Holy shit. Who's a nightmare? I do not remember. I am very, very, very drunk. But yo, Rook rules. Haven't seen you in a hot minute. Can I'm gonna ask Joanna because I'm in the middle of gameplay. If they would be willing to shout out Rook rules here. Rook rules, fantastic streamer, does a lot of indie games and used to do Monster Hunter, but I don't know if Rook plays any Monster Hunter anymore. Thank you so much, Joanna. You are a queen. But if you play the upright, you get it. Oh, yeah, I know. Which I think I told you. I actually started on upright lane. Who threw down a smoke bomb? Thank you for the shout out. Oh, yeah, of course. Got to support my my friends and colleagues. It's funny. My headspace these days is like, yeah, no, I kind of almost Twitch as a second job, I would say. Like I stream games on Twitch at least almost half as much as I work in the coffee shop these days. But the difference is about $1,000 every 2 weeks. You know, I get it. Yeah. Which is funny. You know, from my experiences with you, Lane, I don't think you and I have ever talked about no, Rook Rules did used to be an Overwatch streamer. They used to be, their name used to be like Bastion something, because they mained Bastion Overwatch. I totally forgot about that. Am I wrong about that? But it's always lovely having you here. It was like Bastion Overlord or something like that. Also, I am, again, very drunk. So I do not mean to say anything that offends anybody currently. I'm just trying to remember old details. I don't know if you want to be associated with your old name, Rook Rules. Just want to make sure. It's my internet name that I made when I was younger. That's right, Anti-Stall Bastion. I'm very offended, Babo. I'm sorry! I'm doing my best, I swear! I'm just trying to shoot the dragon. The game obviously does not think I'm doing a very good job because I'm not getting very many spare shots. They are eating up my clutch shots right now. Cancel Babo button. What if the cancel Babo button just removed the webcam entirely? What is my deepest, darkest secret? That's a great question. That's man. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, Drake. I think that is totally unfair of you to ask me while I'm as drunk as I am. Because I am like immediately inclined to not go for the bit and just actually spill the beans. Rook Rules is a brand name now. Rook Rules, straightforward gaming. Sick. No, I love that for you. Honestly, I'm never straying away from Babotosh, but hey, that's the point. You're not wrong. Okay, I'll tell the. I'm gonna go the safe route for now because I'm not gonna. There are certain things that are not meant to be said to strangers. Also, I carded again. I gotta get better. Do better. Be better. Better streamer. But maybe one day. We'll see. Maybe one day. The usual stream thing that I say. Oh man. The usual thing that I talk about is about the story when I totally, so as a kid, this is 3rd grade Babotosh, and this story is actually quite embarrassing for me, so keep that in mind. When I was in the 3rd grade, maybe it was 4th grade, I signed up for a talent show. Now, fun fact, I had totally fucked up. I had mixed up the difference between a talent show and a show and tell. So that is on me. Entirely on me. But I had this great idea for the show and tell that is a talent show. I had this toy that I'd owned since I was like, before I could even like remember. I'm going to guess I was like probably 2 when I got it, but that could not be true information. It was one of the weirdest like baby toy Transformers. It was this plane that transformed into a robot, but it was licensed by Transformers. I thought it was the coolest, like weirdest, bizarre thing I ever owned. You know, when I was 3rd grade, which would have made me 8. Now, I was like, oh, you know, I'm going to bring this thing. I think it's cool. I think it's interesting. I think it's cool that it's like a real Transformers toy despite the way it looks. What I did not learn, or what I did not realize, was that the day that the, you know, quote unquote show and tell, actually a talent show thing happened, I did not bring said toy. And I was panicking. Like, I was sitting in this giant cathedral, essentially, because my old school, my middle and elementary school used to be a church. And so, you know, we had this giant, like, stage area that used to be the what is it called? Chapel, the auditorium, whatever you would call it thing. Shoot him in the face. Oh, I missed. And so what I did is I panicked. And I totally, like, you know, was freaking out while sitting there while thinking, like, I forgot the toy I was supposed to bring. Now, I sat there and I watched the people, you know, who were doing things. And it dawned on me that I had fucked up. I'd signed up for a talent show rather than a show and tell. And so I'm sitting there now panicking about a whole new issue. That isn't the fact that I forgot my toy, but rather that I forgot that, like, that now I gotta be like, oh, what the fuck is my talent, you know? And so my only thought was like, what can I bring to the table? And I was like, here's a song that I wrote when I was 3, which was it was the Ants Go Marching, but with original lyrics. It was something like spaceships go into the sky. They each go like flying to the moon, and then they go zoom and zoom, and then they all coming back down to Earth from outer space. I think that's how the song went. But I was fucking panicking. And the entire time while I was singing it, I was shaking. Because I was like, again, in the 3rd grade, like, talking about this thing that I hadn't sung since I was like 3 years old. It was actually so panic-inducing. Yikes! All right, we'll do one redo. It's 11 o'clock, but I'm willing to run it back and not run this set. But yeah, that's how the song went. Or something very close to that. There's probably a recording it somewhere. Can you type something in the chat? Hug the dog? We can hug the dog. Just for you. All right, let's end on a high note. Let's actually succeed in this hunt. That was a jam. Can you sing it again? Yeah. The spaceships go into the sky. They... what is crap, I totally forgot. You know, I actually think I nailed it, but you had a mental overload. There was a lot of shit happening. It didn't help that I was adding to it. Spaceships go into the sky. They zoom around the moon, and the moon, they each, and they all, yeah, I don't remember. Somebody's going to have to clip it. You're going to have to listen to it in the clip. I nailed it the first time and totally screwed it up the second time. My memory is garbage. To be fair, though, I'm remembering a song from when I was like the age of 3 to 8. I remember the end, though. They all come crashing down to Earth from outer space. That's the part I remember. Yeah, let's run... Actually, no. I'm too drunk. Let's run default. Let's run... Honestly, I should consider aerial bow my main. I played this for so fucking long. It's not even funny. I could have sworn I was knocked down by y'all more than the monster. Got insurance. Don't worry, it won't happen again. Entirely my fault. How long have I been streaming? This is now 3 hours and 5 minutes. This will be the last hunt of the night. I just want to actually have a successful hunt. Also, I know I won't drink this alcohol unless I keep streaming. So I'm going to actually keep streaming so that way I can finish this alcohol. And then I will, like, hang up and do other stuff. But I'll be done in, like, probably, like, 15 minutes. No, like in years? Oh, shit. It's been 4 years now. To actually, like, probably 3 days ago, I think marked the 4th year anniversary of me streaming. Because I started back in 2020, back when COVID hit. That was when I really started streaming. And I've officially hit 500 followers as of like 2 days ago. Can you type in chat? I think it will show me how long I followed you. Yeah, let me do a little thingy here. There's a thingy for you. I mean, you've been following me since like day one. There we go. Joanna knows what's up. So maybe I started in January, or maybe I told you I was thinking about streaming and you preemptively followed. Because again, if you have a Twitch account, you can actually like have an account ever since then. Babo Drunk Sing. Thank you. But yeah, that is my safe for chat, deepest darkest secret. Safe for Twitch. If we actually hang out sometime, maybe I'll tell you my deepest darkest secrets. Pretty sure Lane knows. Pretty sure Joanna knows. But we've, like, known each other for years. And I would appreciate if you guys held on to those deepest, darkest secrets for the time being. I'll let you know. One day it will become apparent. You don't no longer have to hold secrets. It's better than the time I shat my pants playing Halo. When Babo hiked with me, we shared our true names with each other. Oh, man. Yeah, that's right. Did you know that Joanna's true name is... What's my goofiest secret? Not so much a secret, but... so I actually... Part of the reason why So we hold power of each other, indeed. It's like a witch's curse. Please don't kill me. I am, like, panicking in the corner here. Take my heals, Crescent. Take a second heal, Crescent. Joanna's true name is Joanna Banana. I might hold on to that. My goofiest secret, probably. Let's see. Okay, okay. I have way too many circus talents. I think that's probably pretty close. Yes, but not in that tongue. And by circus talents, I mean, like, I can unicycle, I can juggle, I can yo-yo. A lot of people in chat know that, though, if they've been hanging out here long enough. And when I say yo-yo, I mean I can fucking yo-yo. Not like I can kind of yo-yo, but like actually proper like cool tricks and everything yo-yo. Which again, there's a little montage if you ever go check out the these not these EXs ain't shit, but the charity stream stuff. No, I didn't get my special off. I'm crying. I'm dying. Fish Prince is dying. I'm gonna save their life. Cool. But yeah, no, I actually, and I've not. So not only have I ridden the small unicycle, but I've ridden like the like 6 foot tall unicycle, and I can't find evidence of it. But like, I've been 12 feet up in the air on a unicycle. I remember I used to actually work for a company that used to do like clowning gigs. And it was normally like birthday parties. They would like have like Spider-Man show up and things like that. But I was the unicycle opera guy. And my whole job was to show up for a 4th of July parade to go ahead and unicycle in said parade and then sing the national anthem at the end of the night before the fireworks went off. That was like actually, I got paid to do that, probably anywhere between $200 and $300. I still brag about being friends with a professional clown. But yeah, one year they were like, hey, we know that you ride the unicycle in the parade every year. Do you think you could ride a stretch unicycle? And I'm like, if you have one that you can loan to me, I could probably learn it in a week. The reason, and you know, part of the reason why I'm so confident in saying that is because I actually learned how to ride unicycle in about 3 days. I went to my local park and I practiced for 7 hours every day on how to ride the unicycle. Fucking unicycling was a full-time job for 3 days. And yeah, I was able to do it like super fucking confidently. I am probably like, I watch friends, like I've met other people who know how to unicycle, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm better than them. I just am. I don't fall off. I know how to stay in place. Like there's not a whole lot of tricks that you can do on a unicycle, but fucking I can do the 2 basic things that most people can't. Eat a fruit? I gotcha. That was an orange, by the way. Unicycles are so cool because they're actually so different from bicycles. Well, the best way I can describe it is like a bicycle can fall in 3 directions, or no, in like almost an infinite number of directions. Think about it this way. On a bicycle, you can fall in 2 directions. It's side to side. You can fall to the left or you can fall to the right. On a unicycle, you can fall in any direction. So you have to be like incredibly aware of your center of balance and center of gravity. Like stopping will push you forward. Going forward will push you backwards. And you have to have awareness of what kind of position your body is in and how to keep it underneath you, which is not an easy task. If you get hit on the head and onto the air, you're doing a backflip. Yes. While on a bike. But yeah, no, it's an entirely different series of motions though that require you to maintain balance while on a unicycle. I'm dead. But yeah, it's really quite a interesting thing. In fact, every like 3 weeks, I peruse Craigslist to see if anybody owns a unicycle, has given up on riding a unicycle, and is selling it for like cheap. Because I miss it. I miss riding a unicycle all the fucking time. If I had a unicycle, I'd ride it to work tomorrow. I'm gonna stand right here. There is so much shit around me. It is... The fuck is this game? Am I playing a bullet hell or am I playing Monster Hunter? Because that was some nonsense. Can we talk about that? How hard would it be to make a unicycle? I almost wonder if you could rig one from bike parts. You would need... basically, think about like a... I think the best way to describe what the parts that you need is that you would need a frame... You would need a bike tire, right? That's like bare minimum. Bike tire, pedals, and cranks. And then after that, but like you would need a system that would put the tire in the center and then the cranks would attach to the center tire or center wheel. It requires a unique wheel. Oh geez, I don't have another healing. So yeah, it requires a unique wheel, and then you would need essentially a fork that could hold a bike, a seat post, and then usually unicycle seats are different. They're a little bit wider and a little bit more padded. So I'd actually compare them to that of a women's bicycle seat. You feel like I get one fabricated? Probably. I mean, again, fuck. Why is this geyser on top of me? That fucking sucks. Oh, please don't kill me with geysers. I think if I died to geysers like that, I would actually be the worst Monster Hunter player or most unlucky. You think that might be the move? I'd be willing to throw $100 at a decent-sized unicycle. Really? That one-shots me still. Wow, we failed. I am so bad. I'm sorry. But yeah. Fuck. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is where I'm going to have to call stream. We're going to have to raid somebody now and call it a night. Because I'm a little too far gone at this point to be able to confidently stream. But we're definitely going to go raid another Monster Hunter streamer. So if you guys are looking for more Monster Hunter content, stick around. We're going to be raiding Mega Raider. He's a super cool Monster Hunter streamer. Highly recommend that you guys go check him out and follow him when we begin this raid, because again, he's just a great guy. He's a VTuber and we love VTubers. Worst part is that was under 10 minutes. Oh, damn. Thanks for streaming. Yeah, of course. Heads up, I will not be streaming tomorrow. I have auditions for a musical that I'm trying to get into, and I really want to be a part of it. So tomorrow there will not be a stream. However, and I don't know when I'll be streaming next. Best bets on Tuesday. It'll be a Pikmin 4 stream. It'll be fantastic. I hope you guys get to show up. Wednesday, maybe a stream. If it is, it's going to be Roguelite. Thursday, maybe a stream, Pikmin. Next Monster Hunter stream, probably it's going to be in 2 weeks. I have a friend coming into town next week, and I would really like to spend time with them. So I will not be streaming. We might actually, there might be a co-op Pikmin stream. That was something that she had expressed interest in, but I don't know if it's going to happen. But until then, good night, everyone. Sleep well. Enjoy your evenings. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'm sorry I'm as drunk as I am and barely able to function, but it seems like you guys enjoyed it and enjoyed listening to me ramble for several hours on end. But until then, good night. Sleep well. Enjoy your evenings. Thanks for being a part of tonight, and I will catch you all later. See ya.
With Baba, shout out